Welcome to Fire Breathing Kittens, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons podcast. We are joined by Crud Jr.
Hello, I am a level 9 wizard dressed all in black, and all you can see are my bright red eyes.
Amonust.
Hello, I am a level 9 wood elf fighter. I have twin swords glowing with elemental power strapped to my back and a really cool wolf-looking dog following me around.
Rufus, yeah. And we've got a new player here this week. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Artemia. I'm a tiefling druid with antler-esque horns decorated with bits of Spanish moss. Mama Roo sent me to train with the guild, and I guess that's good, or whatever.
You may remember her from A Bully Good Time. You are all in the Fire Breathing Kittens Guild Hall. The guild is a large building with a bar, a sitting area with wooden tables and chairs, and a wall with the corkboard and job flyers posted. It is early in the day. Very few people are in the guild hall right now. 2 old men are sitting at a round table discussing how Pegasus has been seen drinking from the Pierian well every day for the past few days. 2 young women, wearing very expensive clothes, are sitting at the bar whispering quietly to one another. The pink-haired girl's voice raises into a loud sob, and the blue-haired girl consoles her awkwardly. 2 job flyers are pinned to the corkboard. One official magical flyer in Nulisag's familiar cursive script that only people with the Fire-Breathing Kittens tattoo can read, and a second, less official cocktail napkin written in what you suspect is eyeliner.
Those girls look like they're having feelings, so we should probably not go over there.
Oh, I suppose. So, what was your name again? Artemia?
Artemia.
Artemia. How old are you, Artemia?
I'm like 19.
19. Oh, we had a lot of teenagers on this journey. Okay.
Mama Roo says I'm an old soul.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Crud Jr. is kind of an old soul, too.
It's pretty cool. She's pretty cool for an old lady.
How old is she?
I don't know, 200-300.
Oh, that's how old I am.
Yeah, old man.
Oh. All right. Well, I'm sure you two will get along splendidly. Maybe it's a good thing. Crud Jr., I feel like you need some friends your age.
Whatever.
I feel like Artemia really likes that word, too. So, what's this about Pegasus? Do you guys know anything about Pegasus?
I think it's like a horse with wings.
I had heard that as well.
Yeah.
I hear they're good eating.
Artemia, what do you think about eating Pegasus?
I don't eat meat, so I probably wouldn't partake.
I didn't think a druid would. I'm wondering what...
I can make a mushroom that looks like a Pegasus, and you could eat that.
That would be a nice middle ground. I mean, I like meat. I just prefer it not to be quite so mythical and rare. I don't know.
Who said they were rare?
Pegasus? I've never seen one.
Everybody do a history check, or a religion check, or an arcana check.
I can do history good. I can do arcana even better.
22 history.
31 arcana.
I got a 14 for either one.
All right, so Amonust has only heard the rumors that have been going around town recently, but as students of history and arcana, you both know of this ancient mythical thing called Pegasus that is a winged horse, and there's just one Pegasus. He's pretty cool. He likes to play pranks on people. He, is really fast when he flies and very, very strong. He's half god, and he's a fun... If you've ever seen The Last Airbender, he's kind of like how Aang starts that show wanting to like ride penguins down icy hills. That's the spirit that Pegasus has.
I like it. I dig it.
So not good eating.
You could try. You could eat anything, technically.
No, that would be extinction then, so no, I'll pass.
Yeah. You like your food not endangered. Okay. Yeah, there's just one Pegasus.
What about this gross cocktail napkin that somebody wrote on with eyeliner?
Artemia is going over to the job flyer poster.
I'm suspecting that's these girls.
She sees 2 job flyers. One of them says, posted by Dimitri of the Pepper Crunch, a restaurant in Nicomoy. Quote, my partner's parents are coming to visit next weekend, and I want to make them my secret recipe pie. Unfortunately, I've run out of the best ingredients to make it. I need you to get me some jumping stones from the plane of Earth. Oh, this pie is going to be amazing. You can have a piece if you like. Pay 1,500 gold. The cocktail napkin says, see girls at bar! Exclamation mark.
Called it.
Ew, no.
Called it.
Crud Jr. walks over to the girls at the bar.
Oh.
Ew.
Crud Jr. is a tall, thin, robe-covered, 2 glowing eyes with like a darkness behind them. He walks over to the people at the bar. It's 2 girls. One has blue hair and is awkwardly patting a girl with pink hair as she cries.
So, I saw your napkin.
The sobbing pink girl looks up at you, and the blue-haired girl glares at you. The pink-haired girl goes, yeah, I wrote that. I'm... And the blue-haired girl pats her awkwardly. And the blue-haired girl goes, let's just not go. And the pink-haired girl goes, we have to go. It's like, it's not officially required, but it's a work function. We should be there. And the blue-haired girl goes, no one would miss us. Whatever. And the pink-haired girl goes, but Jill is so cute. And the blue-haired girl goes, yeah, like she doesn't want to admit it. And she reaches into her pocket again as if checking again that something is not there.
So, what's the story, girls?
She goes, Loki stole the birthday present for our boss's child.
Loki, as in the god of jokes and stuff?
She turns out her pocket so that you can see that it's empty and says, well, it's not in my pocket, so it must have been Loki.
That's a really big jump to make.
Okay,
She looks
so
angry.
pie guys?
Well, hold on. Who are you?
The pink-haired girl stops crying and she settles down and she translates for the tsundere blue-haired girl. And she goes, oh, I'm so sorry. I did not explain. We are assistant regional priests for Loader. You know Loader. He's one of the gods.
I don't know Loader. Can you tell me about Loader?
Yeah, he's great. And she goes into all, like, you've been hanging out with Moxie and Thea a whole bunch. You've heard all of the religious, you should come join us. It's fantastic spiels.
Uh-huh. Yep. I've heard.
Go to heaven. It's awesome. Love everyone.
It's another cult.
Okay. Do I glean details of who exactly Loader is and what Loader stands for?
Yeah, Loader's one of the creation gods. Cool dude.
Okay. Generally good?
Yeah.
Okay. Creation god. Norse mythology?
Yep.
Okay. I really need to brush up on Norse mythology. Okay, so Loader was gonna have. Okay, Loader has a party. There's gonna be gifts, and these 2 had a gift, and it got stolen by Loki.
Yeah, that's what the blue-haired girl says. She says hi, and she. Or wait, actually, she wouldn't do that. The pink-haired girl holds out a hand, and she says, "Hi, I'm Ashley, and she's Margaret, and we are supposed to go to this birthday party this afternoon."
Okay. How do you know it was Loki that stole it?
The pink-haired girl, Ashley, says, oh, Margaret just gets angry sometimes and takes it out at the wrong places. It probably wasn't Loki.
Huh.
I think she lost it.
Where have you guys been?
We've been, honestly, just here in this bar. We were having a nice time. We just got the it's a handkerchief. We just got it. We just bought it, like, maybe an hour ago at the market, and we had it here in this bar, and we were sitting here, and then now it's not in her pocket.
Can I roll a perception check to glance around the bar and see if there's a little handkerchief?
Yes.
Okay. I got a 22.
You are lifting up menus, checking the counter, looking under chairs. There's no handkerchief to be seen.
Yeah, it was probably Loki. I'm sorry, girls. You win some, you lose some. You definitely lost some.
Can we do an insight check on the girl who's not crying to see if she didn't take the present?
Yes, roll an insight check. And this is on the blue-haired girl, Margaret.
15.
With a 15, she looks angry, like a person who was in charge of something and has messed up and feels she should feel sad, but because of her personality, she just wants to punch things.
Okay.
That's my dad. Just like my dad. Likes to punch things.
Sometimes.
That's kind of sad. Are you okay? Do you need help?
Yeah, we posted a job flyer, says Margaret the pink-haired one.
I meant about his punchy dad.
Oh.
Oh, me?
Are you in a safe place?
Oh, yeah.
Have I ever punched you, Crud Jr.?
Your other dad, you don't count.
Wait, I'm not the punchy dad?
No.
I totally thought you meant me. I've gotten a lot more punchy this season.
You're still learning. It's so cute.
Okay. Is he frozen?
Yeah, he is.
so.
I froze him.
You
just broke your other dad.
He's smiling.
This isn't deteriorating already. We're fine.
Hi, welcome back.
Thank you.
We were just
Okay,
commenting on how I broke other dad.
He's broken.
I'm not broken. I'm just I'm surprised, but not in a bad way. I that's fine. I cannot be punchy dad. That's okay. Here I thought I was getting a little too punchy. Apparently not.
The two old men across the room are just amused by all of this. They lean back in their chairs and drink their beers.
Beer sounds like an excellent idea. I grab a beer from the bar and go join them.
Oh, all right. Nusi hands you a beer.
Thank
It's on
you,
your
Lucy.
tab. Yeah, you remember. And she like all the members can they can pay out of their monthly things. They don't have to. Anyway,
I put mine on his.
you're underage.
Maybe-
You're too young.
Maybe
Yeah, that's true.
Pegasus stole the hanky for jokes.
Pink-haired,
Maybe.
I don't know why.
pink-haired girl nods. Okay, so Amonust is sitting down with the two old men, and Crud Jr. is as well with an orange juice ?
No.
I feel like he likes to drink something else.
She knows what I like. It's a glass that has a dark red tint to it. A little
Yeah.
warm.
Oh,
Fruit punch. Fruit punch.
fruit punch. With your thick fruit punch, and you sit down with these two old men. They are amused by everything in front of them. They've had a few. And they're like, oh, those girls are pretty, aren't they? And they like nudge at Crud Jr. They're like, hey.
Did you steal their neckerchief to try to meet them? Is that what happened?
Well, you've been in this bar all day, and you know that these old guys have been too. And they've been here this whole time just kind of chilling out. And they say, oh, also they're like in their 70s. And they laugh.
Good on them.
They laugh at that idea. And they say, that's a fun prank. Wish I'd thought of that. They say, you youngins, what are you up to today? Did you hear that the Pegasus has been seen at the... Give me a second here. Did you hear that Pegasus has been seen at the Pierian Well?
Yeah, we overheard you shouting it.
It's pretty exciting stuff. Something to do today. Like, if I was younger myself, I'd go befriend Pegasus. He's a lot of fun.
And the benefits of doing that are...
Laughter?
All the sweet, sweet pranks, Crud Jr., obviously.
Yeah. Pranks. The old men tell you about how the Pierian Well is a marble-lined natural spring in the Tamuli Wood west of Port City, Nicomoy. They talk about how, for the past few days in a row, Pegasus has been seen there. And if they were younger themselves, they'd go befriend him.
How come? Do you know anything about Pegasus?
They tell you so many stories. Like, he likes to greet people by making rapid bird calls and horse whinnies and giving you a headbutt.
That's hilarious.
Okay, so for what I understand, we can go befriend a Pegasus. We can go help a couple of girls with their scarf problem. Or we can go do a pie thing.
I mean, the pie thing involves traveling to the plane of Earth, which sounds pretty cool.
And it is the only one offering an actual fiscal reward.
I'm kind of wondering, too, if we're going to end up doing more than one of these along the way. Like, is the entrance to the plane of Earth near the Pegasus? I don't know. Or is the Pegasus our way into the plane of Earth?
Would you like to do an Arcana check on that? That's a thing wizards would know.
Yeah, I would not, but...
Yeah, you're a fighter. A druid might know about... I don't know what magic druids
It's going to
know.
be a 26 for that info.
Oh, Crud Jr. definitely knows. So wizards are trained in the arcane arts. They're very familiar with the other planes. The plane of Earth is a place that you can go to. There's, I think, a 7th level spell called Plane Shift. That'll take you right there.
Do we know anyone who has that?
We can go to the library and I can learn it real quick.
You can learn a 7th level spell?
Oh, you know what? No, I can't. It's a little bit. We can go rent a wizard for the day. A 7th level wizard for the day.
Okay.
Oh, scrolls.
Scrolls, okay.
Go buy
Or-
scrolls.
Do we happen to know anybody who's a 7th level wizard right now? Not
No,
Azarine,
I
not
see another
Crud.
dad and I see a new lady, but no, I'm the only wizard.
And my character wouldn't know. You're just naming off people.
We can go buy scrolls. That's
Okay.
easy.
They arrive at the scroll shop. The cost for 7th level spells is... Now, I don't have this off the back of my hand, but I think it's approximately 20,000 gold-ish for a 7th level spell. Roughly. I could look it up if we want to take the time to do that, but it's around there.
It's a lot. I know it's a lot.
Yeah, it's like 20,000 gold. Yeah. But yeah, you can buy one if you want.
I don't think I have 20,000 gold.
We can go borrow it from Dad. He's rich.
I don't know if the DM will allow that. That's what I was saying. Are we sure we don't know anyone who can cast this? Or are we sure that a Pegasus does not have this ability?
What about the little guy that posted the flyer? Maybe he has like a circle or something.
That is true. We could ask him.
Is Artemia proposing talking to Dimitri?
To Dimitri, yes.
Ah, okay. All right.
I mean, if he gets supplies there, he must know how to get there.
Oh, yeah.
You find your way through Nicomoy to the Pepper Crunch restaurant. There's a book with all of the people who've registered jobs and where to find them so that you can bring them the job thing that you're getting for them. So there is a large room. So this is the Pepper Crunch restaurant. There is a large room with people sitting around tables eating food. There are candles on the tables, and it's slightly dark. There is a maitre d' standing at the front of the restaurant with a podium in front of him and a seating chart. He says, "How many?"
3.
He guides you to a table. The food is mostly normal food, but you see one recipe for very, very spicy soup that has 5 peppers next to it, the highest pepper rating. And
1, please.
okay, you eat some very, very spicy soup. And it's delicious food. The meal ends, and it's time to pay. It's 2 coppers.
That's very cheap.
Yeah.
We pay.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I leave 5 stars on the Nick Moy Yelp review boards.
Okay.
I leave 2.5. Not spicy enough.
Oh.
So we should probably find that person.
Yeah, can we go actually find the owner?
Tell me what you do, and I'll tell you what happens.
Can we ask the maitre d'?
Yes.
Yes. Hello, we're here with the Fire Breathing Kittens Guild, here to answer the job flyer.
The maitre d' takes you back behind a wall to a very, very loud kitchen with pots banging and clashing, and people are dicing. You see, Dimitri is an older man. He's an elf. Dimitri the elf says, "Why are these people in my kitchen?"
Because you asked for us.
We show him the job flyer.
Oh. Yeah. Where are my jumping stones?
How are we supposed to get to this other plane of existence to get them for you?
You're adventurers. Don't you know, like, 20th level wizards or gods or something?
Do I look like a 20th level wizard? I mean, some people have called me God, but not really.
Okay, down boy.
Artemia rolls her eyes so hard, which is really creepy because she doesn't have pupils or anything anyway.
Anyways, no, how do you normally go and get them?
I used to go to a store, but unfortunately the owner died, and I needed this ingredient just for next week's meal for my partner. He's a Rogren, Phil. His parents are coming into town next weekend, so I made a trip to my store, and unfortunately the owner had suddenly passed away of old age, and the store is closed, so I'll find another source, like in the long term, but right now I need those for next week's, my in-laws are coming over.
Okay.
What store?
He can point it out to you. It is closed.
Okay. And we have no idea how that store sourced them.
The owner is deceased.
Okay.
We can go in the back to see if there's any sitting in there.
It's actually a different store now.
Oh, that was quick.
He doesn't buy these very often. Not many people eat jumping stones. It's kind of like a Rogren thing.
Okay.
So,
Rogren are
out of
rock
character,
people, by the way.
yeah, I remember from the walrusy one, right?
Yeah.
And the horse
Yes.
race. Yes. So out of character, sounds like, guys, we might need to see if we can make friends with Pegasus. Maybe Pegasus can hop, skip us, jump us to where we need to go.
I'm thinking so too. He is half god.
Yeah.
And I feel like metagaming, our DM just told us, don't you know level 20 wizards or gods?
Or someone who knows gods. Someone could introduce you to gods.
That's true if we find the handkerchief.
Or an alternative present.
We could just go buy another handkerchief.
Or an alternative present. Another handkerchief. Or if we could find the Pegasus, maybe get some Pegasus tail hairs and like weave them into like a like Pegasus tail feather or like coronet for the baby.
Tell you what, while you pull them out, I'm going to be standing way far away.
We'll ask for them.
Or maybe we'll just find something cool.
Clarification. It's an 8-year-old girl, not a baby.
Oh,
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah, maybe we'll bring her some jumping stones too. Maybe she'll think that's funny. Or something else from the elemental earth plane.
I still think a hair ribbon made out of Pegasus hair.
What's she gonna do with a kerchief? That's a terrible idea.
Do with what?
The kerchief. That was...
I
what were
know.
those girls thinking?
Pegasus hair ribbon. I think that's a great present for an 8-year-old girl. I'm sure it's very shiny.
We'll keep that as an option. We'll ask. We can ask. Never hurts.
Yeah. I'm sure a Pegasus sheds hair all the time. If we offer to comb its tail and mane, I bet it'll shed some anyways.
There you go.
Braid them up.
Sounds like you want to be this Pegasus's friend so bad. Let's go let you make friends with him.
I'm a wood elf. What else am I gonna do?
Punch things?
Not on this episode. I'm a gay wood elf. Come on. What else am I gonna do? This thing's basically a unicorn. We have to frolic with it.
Aye, boss.
Then let us let you go frolic.
All right. Before we leave town, I spend a few coppers to buy a horse brush.
Okay. All right.
Good call.
Yes. They might come in handy.
And we go to the Pyrian well. Well.
Okay, it is in the Tumuli Wood, which is west. So Port City Nicomoy is bordered on the east by the ocean. The wood is to the west beyond the suburbs.
How far west?
Not too far. You guys make it
Not-
there pretty quickly.
Okay,
And
we're not going to traipse around the woods when we could have taken a boat.
This one's within walking distance very easily.
Okay.
You step off of the train, like it's a 10-minute speedy train ride to the Tumuli Wood, park stop. And you all are in the trees. Caw, caw, caw! Caw, caw, caw! Magpie calls fill the air. The trees thin, and a clearing opens before you. A ring of gray rocks forms a circle in grass. Within the circle, an inner ring of brown stones form the border of a well of water. About 4 feet beneath ground level, the surface of the water reflects back the brown stones and the sky above. If you look closely, a stairway of brown stones curls inside the border to form a path down to the water.
So I guess down there.
But it only comes once a day, right? So do we just set up camp?
Probably.
Okay. We can do that. Should we use my Darren's instant fortress to make a secure location here?
That'd be cool.
All right. I set it up a little ways away from the well, so that we're not going to spook anything from coming up to it.
The girl's birthday party's tomorrow, though, isn't it?
This afternoon.
Or this afternoon.
Oh.
I just realized that.
How much time do we have here?
And what kind of handkerchief was it? So many pressing questions.
Oh. Well,
Yes, it is.
maybe just try to look. We can just try to look really friendly, and maybe Pegasus will appear.
Then I shall hide.
Yeah. I mean, you're a druid. Do you have any way of calling... I mean, is there any potential application, for example, of the druid craft cantrip that would call the Pegasus to the area, like making the area more friendly appearing?
I mean, I can make a bunch of flowers.
That might work. Could they be very tasty looking flowers?
Timothy.
Who?
Like Timothy Hay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. I will do some druid crafting, some Timothy hay, some sweet oats.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
She makes a large, I guess, what do you do exactly? You're turning the grass in the fields into like flowering Timothy hay, or?
Yeah. Just sort of walking around with her hands out, and it just sprouts from the ground as she goes and grows, and it
Wow.
blooms up. Yeah. I mean, it takes her a little bit, but she can get it going.
Okay, an hour passes. It's now pretty close to noon, and you guys are, I guess, Crud Jr. is hiding in the fortress. Amonust is leaning against the fortress, observing and checking the skies. And Artemia is walking through the field with her hands spread, turning all of the grass more delicious and Timothy hay-like behind her. When everybody make a perception check.
11.
We're going to use my natural of 14.
I also have 14.
Okay. You guys are doing what you're doing, and you turn around and you look, and you didn't even see it land, but standing in the grasses, maybe 30 feet from you, is a white regal horse with sky blue mane and wings folded along its sides that is happily munching on this Timothy hay.
I will bow grandly and look up. Hey.
Are you still bowed as you look up?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Pegasus wickers and laughs and makes bird clicking sounds, I guess. Have you guys seen the movie Hercules?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And happily runs up to you and sniffs your hands.
I get ready for the headbutt.
And
hoping.
headbutts you.
Yeah. Oh, it doesn't have horns, so we're good. It's fine.
No.
We don't get tangled.
Yeah,
Does
just
it
a gentle headbutt.
Crud
Pegasus-
Jr. pokes his head out. Other dad, you were supposed to make friends, not her.
I'm rubbing Pegasus's ears.
Yep. And Pegasus...
Hold on, let me do an animal handling.
Yeah.
Let's make this a fish. It's going to be a 16 plus 7, so I'm 23 to give ear rubs and neck scrubs and
Pegasus flops
gentle
over on
rubbing.
its back and it like exposes its belly and he's waiting for scritches.
oh, you're good. Yay. And scritch pretty.
Wow.
Look
quick
at
to
you.
Trust.
Go.
Amonust passes her the brush.
Yeah, okay. I'll brush.
Her animal handling is a lot better than mine.
Hey, is it okay if I brush your mane,
Pegasus,
Pegasus?
like a cat, like leans into the brush and starts brushing himself, like on the brush.
I give Amonust a thumbs up and go, I think I've got this. Hey, buddy, you're a good boy. I'm Artemia. And then I'll point at Amonust. That's Amonust. And that's Crud Jr. It's nice to meet you.
Pegasus,
Brushy, scrubby.
Pegasus spreads his wings out on the ground and lets you just brush all the feathers and the coat. All right, Crud Jr. and Amonust. Artemia is petting a very large white horse with wings and blue mane and tail. What do you do?
I believe I have rations with me. Can I offer Pegasus an apple?
Yeah, you can. Pegasus perks right up, like ears, like radar, right to it, and comes right over. Artemia's a little bit startled by how quickly this very large flying horse moves. And before you know it, Amonust is having a huge horse face at the end of his hand as it gobbles up the apple. And then Pegasus presses his head all up and down your pockets and everything looking for more apples.
Amonust reaches over and starts combing his fingers through the mane as well, brushing him. Kind of.
Pegasus puts his head under your arm and like kneels down a little bit and gestures for you to get on.
I get on.
Oh, Pegasus jumps into the air and flies and flies and flies around. And are you holding on tight?
Yes.
You are going super fast in circles around this clearing. He gets higher and higher, and you see the forest distant down below you, and he nickers and whinnies happily like a bird soaring through the sky. And then he comes back down and do a dexterity saving throw.
All right. So let's see. I'm going to roll. Oh, that was a bad roll. But I get a lot of bonuses to that. So I rolled a 3. But I'm going to add... Where is my dexterity saving throw? 3 plus 5 plus 2 is 8, 9, 10.
Pegasus lands very rapidly with all 4 hooves striking the soft Timothy hay covered lawn really close to that well. And you, unfortunately, fly off over Pegasus's head into the well with a splash.
Okay.
And Pegasus is
In the
laughing.
well.
Horse laughing.
Crud Jr.
Such
is
is
laughing
life.
as well.
I crawl out of the well and
Yep, there's
come
stairs.
back over to him, pat him on the head. It's okay, Pegasus. I'm all right.
He slurps his big tongue all the way up your face, gets you dry.
Oh, that's nice. I continue stroking his mane. As I'm doing it, I'm trying to apply a little bit of pressure between my fingers, kind of like how when you like comb through like a husky to try to get all that extra fur out of them. Am I getting some shedding out of this mane?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah.
I think we're solid on stray hairs.
Yep.
All right. We've got enough to weave a present for this birthday party. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, Pegasus, can you get us to the plane, the Earth elemental plane? We have to get some rocks.
Pegasus happily nickers and whinnies and checks your pockets for apples.
I'm not sure he can talk. Can you talk to animals, Artemia?
Hold on. I don't think I have speak with animals. I'm gonna go with no. I could see through his eyes if I wanted to cast that spell and look at myself, I guess. But no. Her stuff is more plant-based.
Well, why don't you try hopping back on again and see if he takes you to the Earth plane?
I could. Worst case scenario, I get wet again. Okay.
Repeat the flying through the air scene. This time you're holding on a little bit more tightly as you land.
Okay. So that happened.
All right. Can Artemia spend that time weaving some Pegasus hairs and growing some flowers and making a little Pegasus hair flower crown?
Sure. Do some kind of check for that.
Yeah. I'll use sleight of hand since I'm trying to braid in stuff. So it's 16 total.
Okay. You make a pretty decent flower crown. It's blue with little purple flowers and white flowers. Like one of those just ring-shaped, And you don't need a lot of material. So a child's head would be small.
Yeah.
Depends on the child.
Then little sprigs of Pegasus hair. Kind of. Okay. Do you think this will work for a present?
I think that's a beautiful present.
You-
Arguably better than the original present.
To be fair, we never even saw it.
It's a handkerchief.
Or asked what it was.
I thought they told us it was a handkerchief.
Yep, that wasn't suspicious at all.
Not suspicious enough for us to notice.
I like to give little girls handkerchiefs too. They're the best present.
Back to town.
All right.
We go.
Amonust packs up his instant fortress. Crud Jr. Starts leading the group, and Pegasus is like following along with his giant horse head is bumping your butts, looking for your back pockets for apples.
Do we have a Pegasus now?
Coming with.
That's great.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'll feed him apples from my rations as we go.
Ooh, can he take us to Nikomoy so we don't have to take the train?
If there weren't three of you, well, yes. All three of you.
We are pretty small.
In what order are you sitting on Pegasus's back?
Well, my boots will allow me to just hang off the side, so I don't even need to sit.
Okay. What are you hanging on to? Describe how all three of you are riding a Pegasus.
Well, I do have a climbing rope on me, so I can just arrange that on Pegasus's back and just have like a little platform.
Okay. Are you sitting on the platform?
Yes.
Okay. Amonust is sitting on the makeshift saddle on Pegasus's back. And Artemia is...
I will just get right up behind Amonust and hang on.
hanging on tight. Probably your arms are around his waist. And Crud Jr. is...
Crud Jr.'s boots are firmly attached to its side and is just taking it in that way.
So you're sort of standing on the back of the horse, maybe? On the
side of the
haunches?
horse.
Horizontally on the
Yep.
side?
Yeah, like perpendicular.
Oh, Pegasus finds this hilarious. He does a loop-de-loop to see what would happen.
It's a good thing we have our saddle.
He sticks.
Yes. Artemia holds on to Amonust as Amonust is with the rope, I guess, looped under the basically the front leg shoulders.
It's like a living rope. I had it loop underneath, and like it's around and wrapped around our legs. And
Oh yeah, and Pegasus has never seen anything like this before, so he spirals like a corkscrew through some clouds and takes you guys where you want to go. He's very flexible. You arrive outside of the Fire-Breathing Kittens Guild Hall. Probably is that where you're going? I don't know.
That's where we left the girls.
yes,
Yes. Okay. Are you still adhered to the side of the Pegasus?
Yes.
It's gonna be hard to get through the door.
Well, after we land, I get off.
Okay. And
right.
the people outside of the guild hall go, ooh, at the flying horse. And
Yeah,
they would.
yeah, he's with us.
Pegasus
Yeah.
sees some small children and blows raspberries at them.
Oh, I love him.
I open the door so Pegasus can go inside.
That's very helpful. He doesn't have hands. Thank you.
What do the old men say?
Oh my gosh, they're thrilled. At first, their jaws drop, and then they pick up their jaws and they put down their alcohol. They've had enough of that.
It's not the drinks, boys. This is real.
They slowly stand up. They're 70, and they walk towards Pegasus. Pegasus prances. He lifts his hooves jauntily, and his tail is perked up, and he prances over to the old men, gives them a big slobbery kiss.
He gives those out very freely.
I think Pegasus is the best thing that has ever happened to the world ever. And then I'll just hold the flower crown out to Amonust and be like, you talk to the crying girls.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Are they even still here?
Since the Pegasus, which is casually licking the salt off of the skin of the old men, just happily licking away, since the Pegasus is here, these girls are not in a bad mood anymore. The pink-haired one hasn't cried for a while, actually, and she was like, you can see that they were planning, like, what alternative gifts to get. But the moment they see a Pegasus, they're like, oh! And very excitedly, the pink-haired girl runs up and approaches the horse from the back. Never a good idea. No animal handling skills at all. Pegasus doesn't care. And Pegasus turns around and gives her a big lick, too. And starts sniffing her hair. Like, big nostril sniffs.
Better that than the alternative. Hoof to the face.
This seems like a very, not a normal horse. This is a little bit smarter. Much safer around children and old men.
Yeah.
Amonust goes up to them and says, we found the Pegasus, and we thought that since you...
The blue-haired girl who's sitting surly at the bar, or the pink-haired girl who's excitedly petting the Pegasus?
The pink-haired girl was the one who lost the handkerchief, correct?
The blue-haired girl had put the handkerchief in her pocket.
Oh, so I'll go up to the blue-haired girl. She's the one who posted the flyer, right?
Yes, and she is not enraptured by the flying horse. She's grumpy at the bar.
She's grumpy.
Yeah.
Oh, well then maybe
She's
I'll go
the
up to
bad
the
guy.
one.
She's evil.
Maybe I'll go up to the one who is enraptured by the horse. Then
Okay, Ashley.
I'll go up to Ashley.
Yes.
And I'll say, yes, we found the Pegasus, and since you guys don't have your handkerchief anymore, I thought you might like to present a different gift at your boss's daughter's birthday party.
Ashley says, yes, a Pegasus is a fantastic present. This is the perfect thing for a child's
this
birthday
is-
party.
Keep in mind, you can't give no one can own the Pegasus, but we did brush the Pegasus's mane, and we wove the stray hairs into a crown that you can give.
Ashley's not listening to you. She says, Pegasus, do you want to eat some ambrosia? Do you want to eat some food of the gods? Do you want to come to a party? Pegasus is super excited about that idea. Pegasus's ears perk up when Pegasus hears ambrosia, and Pegasus starts sniffing all up and down Ashley as if he knows what that word is. And he starts prancing back and forth.
And now we're on guard duty.
You're on what duty?
Now we're on bodyguard duty.
Well, I mean, he could probably go for like a visit if he wanted to.
My players look distressed.
Can we rather strongly pull Ashley aside? So Amonust takes her gently but firmly by the arm and pulls her away from the Pegasus and says, now Ashley. And he pulls her aside and has her look at his face and says, Ashley, I want to be very firm here. You cannot give away the Pegasus. You do not own the Pegasus.
Oh, of course not. But can you imagine how excited the children would be to go on rides?
Of course, the Pegasus can come visit by all means. We made you this out of the Pegasus's spare hair that you can give as a gift.
She politely, but not excitedly, accepts the ring of blue hair and flowers and says, this is a nice gift. And the Pegasus is great at parties. You know, do you mind? Why don't we all So Margaret, Ashley, us, you guys, the Pegasus, why don't we all go to the birthday party this afternoon? It's in an hour. Oh gosh, she checks the clock and she's like, it's in half an hour. Do you want to go?
Yeah, let's all go.
I like to party.
Party!
The blue-haired girl at the bar kind of like takes the palm of her hand and smacks her forehead into it.
What's wrong?
Ashley says, "Oh, that's just Margaret."
By the way, what was going on with that handkerchief before? Was there something special about it?
Oh, yeah, the Well of Many Simulated Worlds. That's a great present for children. Yeah.
The Well of Many Simulated Worlds? What does it do?
And I'm going to read you some stats because I wrote it up official, not like a person would tell you. Legendary item. There is only one. This fine white cloth, soft as silk, is folded up to the dimensions of a handkerchief. Everyone do some kind of check, so I'll see how much I tell you about it. And you can tell me what kind of check you're using to gain information.
Arcana
History?
26.
Whoa.
Oh. I rolled a 15. I'm going to do history, so actually -1, so 14.
Okay.
Yeah. History, and I got a 15.
Okay. So the two of you have heard throughout history that this is the Well of Many Simulated Worlds. People like stick their head in it or something, and then they like go experience stuff. You're not sure. It's there's only one of them, and it's very rare. It simulates worlds for you. You're not sure. But Crud Jr. hears the following. This fine white cloth, soft as silk, is folded up to the dimensions of a handkerchief. It unfolds into an oval sheet 1 foot in diameter. You can use an action to unfold and hang the Well of Many Simulated Worlds up on a wall, whereupon it creates a head-sized portal to a simulated world or plane of existence. Every time it opens a portal, the simulator, which is the game master, decides where it leads. Arriving into the simulated world, you receive an unlimited number, maximum 4 at one time, of hand-sized floating recording tools which can record your experience if you like. You can use an action to close the open portal by taking hold of the edges of the cloth and pulling your head out. Once the Well of Many Simulated Worlds has opened a portal, it can't do so again for 1 day.
Do we know the school of magic that it is?
The illusion, right?
Illusion.
Okay.
That's a VR headset.
It's a VR headset.
I cast Detect Magic for that school of magic.
Oh, read that again. What does that spell do?
Detect Magic. It allows me to detect any magic within, I think it's like 30 feet.
You go blind.
Yeah, you see a lot of magical
You're in
items
the guild hall.
in the guild hall. But specifically for anything with the Illusion School of Magic, you don't detect anything. So you're looking for the child's video game?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't find her video game. No.
Okay.
Yeah. You do not detect it.
Well, it's good. It's up for 10 minutes anyway, so as we walk, I'm going to walk around where they bought it at and retrace their steps real quick.
Yeah. You do that, and you don't detect the handkerchief.
Dag nabbit. Okay. I tried, guys.
Yeah, good hustle. Good hustle. You get a slap on the butt.
Oh my.
Not really. Not in character.
Oh, good.
So the pink-haired girl, Ashley, goes over excitedly. Was very sad and is now very happy to the blue-haired girl, Margaret, and says, let's take the Pegasus and these people as a thank you. You know, they can do some networking with gods, whatever. Let's take them to Loader's daughter's birthday party. And Margaret, as the too surly teen here understands, says, whatever. and that is where I'm going to leave you guys. Thank you for joining us for part 1 of the Fire Breathing Kittens podcast. Joining us this time were Artemia,
Hey, it's been cool or whatever.
Amonust,
Party time!
and Crud Jr.
I tried to find it. I wanted to keep it for myself, though.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
We hope that you're enjoying this episode of the Fire Breathing Kittens podcast. Please leave us a review on iTunes.com. You can subscribe to receive new episodes through your podcast player or by visiting firebreathingkittenspodcast.com or finding us on YouTube. Can you think of someone who might enjoy this podcast? Please share it with them. We don't pay to advertise this show, so the only way we can grow is through the support of listeners like you. Thank you. Welcome back to Fire Breathing Kittens, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons podcast. We are joined by Amonust.
Hello.
Crud Jr.
Whatever.
Artemia.
He stole my line.
It was my line first.
Everybody, please roll a d20.
10.
9.
5.
Oh, you both said it at the same time.
We both have the same number.
No. I got a 9. You got a 5.
Oh.
Okay. And I'm holding up a...
3.
3.
Yeah.
So I had a 10. No.
That's
Who is the closest to 3?
5.
Crud Jr.
Please tell us what happened last time.
Well, last time we were at the guild hall. There were a couple of crying girls, a couple of old men, and an official flyer and a flyer written on a napkin with mascara. With tears. She's laughing really hard.
I don't know why that tickles me so much, but it does. Just imagine them like with the napkin like on their eyes as they're crying, and that's how they're making the note.
Yeah, they're just blinking the message into the onto the napkin. But I lost connection, and you guys rambled about something while I was gone. Then when I got back,
It's quality storytelling.
Yes, absolutely. We read the official flyer, which is about finding ingredients, stone thingies for a pie. And then the mascara-laden, tear-soaked one was about... was about them losing a handkerchief for a 8-year-old's birthday party. And the old men were so excited because a Pegasus was spotted near about 10 minutes away by train. So we went and talked to the girls, and that they were dumb, and they put a handkerchief gift in their back pocket, and it got nicked. The 70-year-old old men were very, very excited about a Pegasus, and then we tried to sit around, figure out which of the job we were going to do, and apparently we're doing all 3. So we went over to purchase a planner shift scroll, found out that it was $20,000, and my dad didn't want to phony up the dough. So we went to the restaurant that wanted to make the pie and asked them about it, and they thought we were idiots because we were supposed to be able to do that. So we decided we're going to go down to the horse and make friends. Amonust was supposed to make friends, but instead, New Girl made friends. We rode Pegasus back to the guild hall, burst in with Pegasus, and made everybody happy. And we are now invited to a 8-year-old's birthday party.
Sounds about right.
When you say it that way.
A celestial 8-year-old's birthday party.
Yeah. This is completely normal.
But yeah, I believe that about sums it up.
Questions, DM decisions. Yep. Yes. All right. So we left off there. So Ashley is the one with the pink hair, and Margaret is the one with the blue hair. Ashley has talked Margaret into taking everybody to the birthday party, because that's better.
Even the old men?
Not the old men.
Oh.
Those poor old men.
Well, you said everybody.
They're drunk.
And excluded, apparently, because they're 70 and drunk.
They're very drunk. Yes. So they say, okay. And, well, Ashley does. She's very chipper. And Margaret follows as Ashley walks out of the door, and they hold the door open for Pegasus, who follows behind them.
I follow behind Pegasus.
I'm on top of Pegasus.
Definitely. Oh, how tall are you? The door? Sure.
I can duck.
You duck.
Play a little bit of limbo. I'm very flexible.
Yeah. Amonust?
Yeah.
And they walk outside. They head, I guess, outside of town. They need a tree, so they're looking for... Ashley is looking for a tree. And then she sees a tree, and she points that out, and she goes, that one will do. And she heads over to a tree that has like a scarification on it, like a hole that you could almost wedge yourself inside.
That's how we're getting there?
You're going to have to, yeah.
Oh.
So there is a scene in Hercules where Pegasus tries to get into like a crevice, and it's the most adorable picture of these two wings and a horse butt sticking out. And like
I
his
remember.
little legs kicking. That's a good one. That's what happens as first Ashley, then blue-haired surly Margaret, then happy whinnying and chirping Pegasus. The Pegasus butt is sticking out of the hole.
Do we need to push on it?
I push it through.
Crud Jr. pushes it through and then falls in himself, I guess.
I hang onto the tail and he pulls me through.
Yeah. Amonust and Artemia, are you going in?
Yeah,
I
I'll
dive in.
turn my head so that my horns don't get jammed up and follow.
And all three of you roll out onto the grass of a lawn. It's a lawn party. Have you guys seen the movie Parasite?
No.
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 Oh, there's a really beautiful lawn party scene there with white... So I'll describe it. There are white round tables rest upon the well-manicured lawn. In the front right area of the lawn, white columns support wood trusses from which green vine leaves dangle. The leaves rustle gently in the warm wind. It smells like freshly cut grass and cookies, and indeed, the people walking around are holding tiny plates. A large table at the front is completely covered in trays and platters, bearing bite-sized portions of delicious-looking food. Pegasus nickers and whinnies and looks excitedly at the table of food.
He did want the ambrosia.
He's his own horse. He can do whatever the heck he wants.
Mm-hmm. He's fairly sentient, right? Yeah, we're just...
He doesn't have good table manners, you discover, as he walks up to the table and starts munching right from the tray, the serving tray. Everybody looks around and is delighted because it's a Pegasus. Margaret, the blue-haired girl, does another head palm, and Ashley, the pink-haired girl, runs up to the buffet table and gets Pegasus a plate and holds the plate, and Pegasus is eating from the plate that she's holding.
All right. Artemia wants to go up to Margaret. Hey, what's your deal?
Are you rolling a persuasion check or
Sure.
intimidation check? What are you?
No,
what's the purpose of this?
She hasn't spoken, and she just sort of huffs and rolls her eyes and slaps her forehead. I want to know what's it.
So she's exactly like us.
A natural 20 for a total of 23 to be like, we're the same, you and I.
Yeah. Like
Both
the show
teenagers.
Daria, the two of you bond over Margaret judging Ashley's eccentric behavior.
Is she Jane or is she Daria? Because obviously Ashley is Quinn.
Your choice.
I want to be Jane.
Okay. Oh, she would be a good Daria. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. And she still seems upset about the handkerchief. She says, I had a line written. I just have to find it. It's hard to find a good present for a demi-brat.
Yeah, I can see that. But, at the end of the day, nothing really matters, so it's fine.
She nods slightly.
That's harsh.
And then I guess this is her place. Like there's people who know her here. Like this is where she works with a lot of these people. So she is standing next to you when a man walks up to her. This man is a satyr. He's a half goat. He has horns coming out of his head, but they're not very big. And he's bald with kind of like Danny DeVito style hair. It's still there on the bottom, but it's shiny on the top. And
Is it sticking out in all directions?
Yes, but it's politely tamed for the party. So it's trimmed. And he elbows her familiarly and says, "How are my favorite assistants to the regional priest?" And if you remember earlier, she told you that she was an assistant regional priest.
Mm-hmm.
And Margaret comes over from the table with Pegasus and says, "Giovanni, look, it's a Pegasus. Do you think Jill's going to like him?" Giovanni is very small. He's 3 feet tall, maybe. And he looks up and up and up at Pegasus. Pegasus is not paying him any attention. He's got his head full in the plate of food. And Giovanni goes, "Maybe?" But then Pegasus looks down and sees Giovanni and gives him a big lick and leaves cookie crumbs all up him.
Oh, it's adorable.
Off in the distance, you can see that the people are collecting in a group at the other end of the lawn. And there are beautiful columns everywhere, white columns.
Look around for the handkerchief. Maybe one of these guys stole it.
Detect magic.
Margaret, the blue-haired one, nods. She starts wandering off into the crowd, looking for Loki, I guess.
So, I'll do a perception check. Okay, that is a dirty 20.
Are you looking for, like, Paul Parker? Or
I'm looking for Loki and the handkerchief.
what form of Loki?
Oh.
Yeah.
He has many shapes. He is the father of lies.
That is true. So, anybody who has an extra spring in their step,
The Pegasus is very suspicious then.
as if they want to do some tricks.
Oh, the Pegasus wants to do so many tricks.
Well, yeah, that's to be expected. He's out of my mind right now.
Okay. Well, then no, there's no one you suspect. Although you're mingling in the crowds, so that's where we're going to place you, mingling in the crowds, looking at people, and they're looking back at you. You're being asked what your name is and where you work, and being handed a lot of business cards.
Nice.
Okay, I take the business cards, and they will find them later on the ground.
Amonust and Artemia. Crud Jr. is in the crowd doing detective work. What are you guys up to?
I am looking around at that center of crowding people. I'm trying to meet someone with a little bit of godly power who might be able to get us to the rock plane, the plane of Earth.
Oh, all right. Amonust heads into the thick of things.
Artemia, she wants to get some of that ambrosia. It sounded really good.
It is really good. It's a type of fruit salad. It has like marshmallow fluff going on. It's delicious. Very sweet and satisfying.
Mm-hmm.
You went with the description of actual ambrosia.
Yeah. Yeah. I like it. Yeah. So Artemia will just get a big, like, just heaping pile of that and just eat it without shame.
Yeah, it's an excellent party food. Mm-hmm. As you're eating that, are you standing near the food table?
Yeah.
Are you doing... Okay, all right. So you're near the food table. Amonust, you are in the thick of things. You're heading towards... I guess you happen to be heading towards Jill. So Jill is an 8-year-old girl. Mm-hmm. As you walk over, you see that she's playing tag with other little children. And they are running around on the lawn, laughing and having a good time. It's her birthday party, and she's really enjoying it. Then she sees Pegasus. And you are standing, you had almost made your way all the way to people wearing like white Grecian robe things. What are they called? Like one piece. Togas. You were almost all the way there when you see Jill's eyes light up. And she screams, "Horsey!" And she runs towards Pegasus over by the food table. The other children follow. They all climb up on Pegasus, who loves it. Pegasus is happily chirping like a bird and whinnying, and he's very carefully moving because you can tell he's good around children. He's become much slower, but also very happy. And the little girl is, I guess, Artemia can tell this because she's close to the food table and Pegasus and all this.
Mm-hmm.
Amonust, you see a normal human-looking man, but from the way he's standing, everyone in a half circle around him, he's pretty clearly someone special.
Okay, he's not obviously godlike. He's not glowing or anything.
He's not going to put your eye out with his godly presence, but that might be on purpose. Yeah. And so he is concernedly watching his child from across the lawn. You know, someone's talking to him, but he's not really paying attention to them. And he goes, "Caitlin, you got this?" And you hear perception check.
Gotta go with my natural 14.
Okay. Your passive perception is 14, so you don't hear anything in reply. But he seems assured and turns back to the people talking around him. And let's see. Insight check on the people talking around him, Crud Jr.
Insight. Oh, that's a nat 20 plus 5, 25.
Oh my gosh. All right. So you can tell that he is looking a little bit stressed out, like he is juggling a lot of the people around him and his daughter and stuff, and there's some kind of societal pressure here that he feels like he must perform well and is being judged, which is a bit unusual for a god. Something's perhaps non-standard, and the situation's a little bit more like... He's being more cautious than you'd think a person in a lot of power would. Like, he's paying attention to a child at the birthday party when, like, maybe, like, where's his partner? What, you know.
Or, like, the help?
Yeah, or some help. Yeah. So it's a bit unusual, and the people around him are getting his attention, even though you can tell he doesn't want, to give them attention. So, Artemia, you can see the child. Okay. So go ahead and make a perception check, because you can see the child up closely now.
That is a 19 plus 3.
Oh, gosh. You see a tiny dragonfly floating near the child's head. Gosh. You see everything. You can see that she's not a very normal child. She doesn't have hair, first off. That's something that little girls are self-conscious about. They like to be normal and accepted. And she has little, like, bumps sticking out of her back that are not human standard. Not at all. And in the place of hair, she has, like, dark gray scales. Okay. So she is delightedly near the Pegasus, and the Pegasus, everyone else, it's her birthday, so she climbs right on top, and everyone else lets her, and the Pegasus leaps into the air and starts flying. Are you still paying attention? Another perception check from you?
Me? Who?
Yeah.
Oh,
Artemia.
yeah.
Which one?
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely still watching. 17 plus 3.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. You can hear as she says, "Mom, it's fine. It's not a big, it's fine." And the dragonfly and the little girl are going up with Pegasus into the air, little girl on its back, the dragonfly quite close behind. And you rolled so high that you hear a buzzing, a deep buzzing sound. Okay. All right.
Is she sick? The people seem oddly protective of her.
Oh, apparently not.
There are two things that are oddly protective of her. The dad, who is paying close attention to her even though he's at a sort of business function. He seems overprotective. And this dragonfly.
What was Dad's reaction when she took flight?
He sees that. He doesn't seem concerned.
Okay.
To that. He seems concerned about how everyone else is reacting. Okay. All right. So you guys go ahead and do your stuffs. I've painted a picture. Pegasus and the little girl love one another. They are doing loop-de-loops and spirals, and they're happily chirping.
Okay. Well, I return to the other two and inform them of the whole Dad situation.
Oh, I was already sidling up next to Dad.
Yeah, Amonust is still up there. Artemia is at the table with the food, and now she knows that the dad is pretty human looking because you told her. Yeah.
I go to stand next to Dad and say, just casually standing next to him, wow, she takes to the air quite naturally.
That, I'm going to give you an inspiration point because that's funny. You get an inspiration point. You can re-roll a dice whenever you want.
Aww.
It's a consumable thing. You can add it to your That's funny. And he looks quite pleased. In fact, he loves you now because I don't think you know what you said, but it's fantastic. And he says, yes, hopefully she'll be able to fly on her own one day. I have high hopes for her. Isn't she a great little girl? She's great, right?
She is. She's brave. Look at that. She's courageous going through the air.
Oh my gosh, he loves you. He puts his arm around you and he says, what's your name? Let me introduce you, everybody. Come on, join us.
Oh, thank you. I'm Amonust.
Oh, you and him talk and have laugh for like the next 20 minutes. You're laughing together. He's introducing you to other people. Some of them are gods. It's hard to tell who's a god and who's not. They look totally normal. And he's like, oh, you're an adventurer with the Fire Breathing Kittens Guild. Well, thank you. And did you bring that Pegasus to my party?
We helped.
Oh, that's such a perfect thing for a party. Oh, look how much fun she's having. And then Artemia and Crud Jr. are over at the food table.
I introduce them to my party members and also to Ashley and Margaret and say it was actually
Before
these
you do.
two. Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Gonna let Artemia and Crud Jr. do something before you do that.
Okay.
So it's about 20 minutes of mingling and networking with this god, whose name is Loader, by the way. Loader, the god.
Well, the first thing Artemia would do when Crud Jr. sidles over, she called a dragonfly her mom. That seemed notable. Thought I'd share.
That is notable. Thank you for sharing.
I think it buzzed back at her. It might be her mom.
I would like to do a Arcana check to see if I know anything about that.
All right. And as a druid, Artemia can do a nature check?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a pretty low roll.
So it's going to be some crazy high number?
22.
Yeah.
I get a plus 13.
All right. Well, I got a dirty 20.
So you both are pretty familiar with the concept, not necessarily of dragon god hybrids, but of, for example, Aarakocra are a bird-human hybrid race. And in the mythology of some of these half-animal, half-human races, some of them claim to have been descended from gods. So it's possible that you are looking at Jill, the first half-dragonfly, half-person, and that Loader has created a new race.
Interesting.
Possible.
That might be why he seems so jumpy. Maybe somebody wants to assassinate her?
Oh my gosh. The look on Artemia's face.
It's a 4-hour adventure. Or mister. Sorry. Person. Human. Fellow.
Maybe he seems self-conscious because his daughter feels bad that she can't fly like her mother.
You're over there mingling with Dad.
Gaining insights. Yes.
Do any of you guys know what dragonfly larvae look like?
I assume like larva.
Yeah.
I'm guessing not cute.
It's like one of the most horrible things you've ever seen.
Okay. Well,
Do they have scales?
Ish.
Yes.
mm,
They're
Let's look it up.
insects. Yeah. It's like repulsive looking.
well, she seems happy and he seems happy. We just need to find somebody to pop us on over to the Earth plane. We're solid. Everybody's happy.
So you guys
Maybe they just have some jumping rocks here. We don't have to travel.
Oh yeah, dragonfly larvae. We used to catch these all the time when I was a kid. We didn't know that's what they were, but yeah. We thought they were cute.
Oh, okay. See, you're perfect to talk to the god. As you're saying how cute Jill is and how she looks brave and she's riding the horse and it's so nice that she can fly with her mom, you pull over your two friends, Crud Jr. and Artemia, and now they are joining you. Go ahead and do that part.
Okay, so yeah, I introduced them to my friends from the Fire Breathing Kittens Guild, and also to Margaret and Ashley, who helped bring the Pegasus.
Yeah, Margaret and Ashley join you along Giovanni, their bosses over at another group of people. They look a little bit more laid back now that they've done their official social obligation thing, and everyone's like, oh, you brought the Pegasus. Oh, how nice. And Jill is laughing her head off. They're now rolling on the grass down a hill together. Like,
Aww.
the two of them are rolling parallel down the hill. And all the other children are joining in.
So he's your best friend, so why don't you broach the subject about getting us over to Earth?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was wondering, do you have any idea how one might go about getting to the plane of Earth?
And you're asking Loder, a god of creation?
I am asking Loder, the god of creation.
Okay. Loder is much more relaxed now that everybody at the birthday party is having a good time. The birthday party's winding down. Everyone's fat and happy. The children are kind of tired, you know. And he's like, yeah, of course. I'm a god. So he says, you know, it was so nice to meet you all today. And I just want to thank you for bringing, Pegasus is wonderful. So as a thank you, and Margaret and Ashley, you're such good employees, so faithful, and such a good job of leading the people. Here, and he holds out his hand, and his hand is kind of like in a loose grip in front of him. He wiggles his fingers together, and dropping out from his fingers is a 30-inch gold omega chain. He hands it to first Ashley, the pink-haired one, and then Margaret, the surly blue-haired one. And then to, you know, the three of you, and you all have a necklace. He says, I guess I can read it. I wrote it down here somewhere. This is a necklace. It's an omega chain of travel. When you put the 30-inch omega chain over your head, it's 30 inches is enough to slip over your head. It'll take you to anywhere you want to go. And when you unclasp it, you can go to any second location. So like it's a go somewhere and then come back, you know, sort of thing. It has 3 uses, he tells you. And after its 3rd use, it's gold. So you can melt it down for 1,000 gold pieces.
Okay.
And he says, thank you so much for coming today. It was a really good time. He looks relieved, like he's got a weight off his shoulders. And he says, it was so nice to meet you. And he goes and hangs out with a dragonfly. Caitlin, by the way. Her name is Caitlin.
Oh. It was nice to meet you too, Loder.
Well, I, for one, am glad that nothing bad happens at the birthday party.
You look relieved.
I am.
Mm-hmm.
Margaret and Ashley look relieved too. And they say to you guys, thank you so much for coming today. This was the best this possibly could have gone. Oh, thank you. And that was Ashley. Margaret just nods.
Thanks for having us. It was really cool.
Ashley, before Margaret can stop her, offers. She says, you guys are going to the plane of Earth? Isn't that dangerous? We're priestesses. Margaret and I can totally help you just for the day, like as a thank you, and heal you up if anything happens there.
I'm down for that.
Sounds good to me.
Sure.
Margaret looks at Artemia and Crud Jr. and then pointedly at Ashley and says, all right.
Should I be honored that I wasn't included in that look?
She doesn't like us for some reason.
She likes me. Okay.
We might be too young for her. She only likes old people.
Margaret doesn't seem to like anybody.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it. All right. Well, should we head over?
To the earthen plane.
All right.
We go.
All right. Amonust puts the necklace on over his head.
Pop! He disappears and the air rushes into where he was.
All right, guys. Well, let's wish him luck. Let's get out of here. I put mine on and follow him.
Okay, pop. The air makes a clapping sound as it rushes into the space where you were.
I go to put mine on. It gets tangled in my antler horns for just a second, but I finally get it on over.
Oh gosh, antlers. Yes. After a bit of maneuvering, pop, and Artemia joins them as well. Pop, pop for Margaret and Ashley too. Okay, I have a thing to read for you.
Pop, pop.
It's dark.
Oh, unexpected.
Do you guys have dark vision?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then it's not that dark.
It's
So
great.
you may continue the description.
Yeah.
It's black and whitey. It's like an old-timey movie.
Like a black and white movie, you can see out 60 feet from where you are. All right. You are standing on a platform in a vast cavern. The air is warm. It smells stuffy, like an attic with closed windows. Quite the contrast with the lawn party before, yeah?
Yeah.
Overhead, the ceiling arches and curves and is not at all uniform. Some portions of ceiling meet columns and continue all the way to the ground. Looking out beyond the edge of the platform you're standing on, the ground is in some places very close and in some places quite a long way down, farther than you can see with your 60 feet dark vision. The gaps and pockets between the earth form differently sized caves. Your dark vision only extends to 60 feet. Not being able to see all of the boundaries of the space you are in is a bit unsettling.
Okay, which way, guys?
Let's let the person who can, like, levitate and stick to walls lead.
After you,
Okay,
Crud.
you want the squishy person up front, is what you're saying?
Do you think we're going to get attacked?
We're in a dark cave. Yes.
On a different plane. Woo!
All right, I can go first. So just proceed slowly and cautiously. All right.
And Crud Jr. walks to the side and up onto the roof. Hopefully it won't be as a target people thinking that, who hangs from a roof?
That's true.
Okay. Crud Jr. is up on the roof above. This area could be close to your head, sure. Amonust, you are standing on a platform. It's like an island, and the ocean is just space until there's rocks.
Okay. So there's space and there's rocks. How far down is it?
It depends where. There's regions that you can't see with your dark vision. That could be an abyss into infinity, actually. We're on a different plane. And there's regions where you could hop down.
Let's go to one of the ones where I can hop down.
You know what? I'm gonna shoot sparks everywhere. I got prestidigitation. I can light this place up.
Okay. Is
I do that.
prestidigitation a cantrip?
Yes.
Yes.
Ah, okay. Well, then it looks like a sparkler on the 4th of July. Your eyes are having difficulty with the contrast between that neon white phosphorus sparkler prestidigitation and the dark vision black and white around it. Let's say that that's a light source with 30 feet of light. That
I
sounds
think you can
pretty
make
standard.
any kind of visual effect with prestidigitation. So you could make gently glowing globes that, I mean, you could make any kind of light with it, right?
I am looking at it now.
So I think you can make any kind of light or sound effect with it.
Fireworks have been confirmed, huh, Amonust? Can definitely do that one.
That is true.
Yeah.
So yeah, if fireworks are confirmed, I'm sure, more fireworks, lots of fireworks. It'll light up the place pretty good.
First thing he does on another plane, announce his presence.
I'm going to wild shape into a giant spider,
Noted.
which is a large beast.
Margaret, the blue-haired one, reacts in surprise and then looks kind of irritated that you got a reaction from her.
I chitter at her in spider.
Oh, my goals for today have been reached.
All right, Amonust, what are you doing? You're the leader of the group.
Is all the spell casting done? Is the place as lit up as it's going to be?
Yeah, you have a firework. Fireworks actually are pretty bright from a distance, so this area is well lit.
Can I see any obvious exits from this room?
You're almost disturbed by how many exits there could be. It's open on all sides of you. It's not like there's walls around you. It's more like there's a ceiling in some places that's very high and a ceiling that in some places is very low. Like, have you ever seen lava rock where it's got little like air bubbles all through
Like
it?
porous. Yeah.
You're in one of those bubbles, and like all the other bubbles around you are of different sizes.
Okay. All right. I'm just gonna pick a direction at random.
Okay.
Do we know what it is we're looking for?
Jumping rocks.
What it looks like?
Arcana check.
Okay.
Cooking ingredient check. What is that?
Nature?
Nature? No, because it's not from this world. Arcana works. What do you guys want to do for this?
I'll do Arcana. I love doing Arcana.
Yeah. It is magical.
25.
Yeah, okay. So you know that jumping stones are small, bean-sized objects that jiggle with their own power. They hop up and down. Mostly they just rock back and forth, but if you keep staring at it, every now and then it'll pop up and flip over, and they can roll around.
Okay, I describe what we're looking for to my friends. And, the grumpy girl.
The pink-haired girl is excited and goes, "Oh, I love those!" And the blue-haired girl does not react.
So this is not
as I knew she wouldn't.
So this is not something that's going to be like dramatic in its jumping. We're going to have to look closely to find it.
Also, in real life, if you have these, don't leave them in a box because then you'll find a dead moth.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yep. Put them outside. Leave them in an open space so the moth can be free. Anyway, advice aside, what do you guys do?
Well,
Yeah.
start looking at the ground for them.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really know where to go here.
Crud Jr. is... So you're on the platform, and when you say a random direction, do you mean you're hopping off the platform into the abyss, you're hopping onto some nearby rocks, or are you climbing up like Crud Jr. did?
Well, I don't think I really can climb up.
Hi, large spider here.
Oh, hi, large spider.
You could ride a large spider.
I'm a spider king. You can hop on.
Well, there are two people that seem like they can go up. I'm going to go down so we can cover more ground.
Splitting the party. Okay. Spider, one of your party
Not going
members
too far.
is... What?
Not going too far. Still within earshot if I run into trouble.
Do we know for sure that they can't climb?
The little rocks? The jumping stones?
The two other people.
Oh, the
Ashley and Margaret.
priestesses. Yeah.
Yes.
You know what? That's true. I can go back down. I'll pick up the pink hair girl. Take her with me.
She happily piggybacks on you and says, "Wee." The other one declines. Blue-haired Margaret.
I wasn't offering her.
Oh, she looks at the spider.
I'll hunker down. She can choose.
She trudges over and looks hesitantly at the spider.
I look back at her with my little pinchery face and chitter,
She does not want to admit she's afraid.
and I'll wiggle my big spider butt as impatiently.
Old Crud Jr.'s not looking too bad now, huh?
I'm gonna have her roll for courage. Oh. She backs up a step.
I will shrug with 4 of my arms and turn my eyes towards Amonust and beckon him forward.
I come over.
I point
How can I help?
at my back.
Am I supposed to get on?
I give the spider equivalent of a thumbs up.
Okay, I hop on.
Can you hold Amonust?
He
A
can
little.
He can hang on to me.
Okay. I guess if you can ride Crud, you can ride a spider. A giant
Yeah.
spider.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Margaret, the blue-haired assistant regional priest, is standing there, very awkward.
That's on her. She chose that.
Margaret, would you like to stay here on your own in the other plane of existence, or do you want to come with us?
She looks around at the darkness on the left and the right, and she goes, fine. And she gets on the spider, and Ashley goes, she loves it from a distance. All right.
That's good. I did not have to wrap her up in web. That's always nice.
Yeah, but that would have been so great.
Yeah.
Okay. You've got 2 passengers on you.
I climb up the wall after Crud.
And we're doing a spider climb, walking along the surfaces of the upper. So you're going on the underside of the rocks to try to find, I guess, what are you looking for?
We're crawling everywhere.
Yeah.
Trying to find these jumping rocks.
I mean, I think the big question is going to be, are we expecting to find it within this cavern, or do we need to move on to other caverns?
Yeah.
It's not a closed space. It's like, so we humans are used to rooms that have defined edges. This is a vast open area that's extremely stagnant air. It's hot. It's stuffy like an attic.
It's like continuous bubbles.
It's got irregular areas. There are spaces so small that you can't wedge your head in, and there are vast football fields you can't see the end of. It's also 3D, so as you walk up, there's a hole, and you can go up into another area.
Okay. So we're really more like walking through a Swiss cheese type area, and which direction we move, up, down, doesn't really matter.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
So how would you find jumping stones here? What are you looking for?
Guess we would need to be listening for little
I
beats.
like that.
That's good.
And I can leave little trail of webbing behind me in case, because if anything bumps against the webbing, I'll feel it.
Ooh, okay.
Nice.
You get an inspiration point because that is clever. And please roll, and you can roll perception with advantage.
Ooh.
Because I can't see how those jumping stones could escape. That's very good. You're listening and you're feeling.
Ooh, we can also have Rufus span out and try to find them too. He has advantage on smell and hearing based perception checks.
Okay. Rufus, do a hearing with advantage, I guess, because you're listening for them, based perception check.
Oh, well, the first roll was a natural 20. Do I need to roll a second one?
Oh, gosh. Okay, so before the spider can sense any jumping stones, Rufus is the forgotten dog, has barked and run off into so it's hopped off of the platform that you guys were on because you didn't take Rufus with you. So Rufus was on the platform and bounded down into the nearby rocks and is off. You can't see Rufus anymore, but you can hear barks echoing from like all the directions.
All right. And I got a 21.
Yes. Dog.
Yeah. So I'm assuming I can follow dog, maybe?
Yes. I kick my heels gently into her sides and say, "Noble steed, follow that dog."
I turn my head all the way around and chitter at you.
I go, yeah, I know.
Then I'll go.
I follow.
Okay, since the dog can't run on the ceiling, I guess the dog is just going to go along the bottom, and the dog is going to squeeze through a little dog-sized, like a doghouse opening. A human could go through it. It's not comfortable. And the dog is like, zoom, gone through that opening.
I'm a skinny little guy. I'm going to go crawl right after him.
Crud Jr. follows.
Yeah, same.
Amonust.
I'm an elf.
One of you is a giant spider.
Mm-hmm.
How many of the shape changes do you get per day?
I get 2 per short rest.
Oh, okay. That's. I don't feel bad. Okay.
Yeah, I'll come out of my wild shape.
Okay.
Can my horns fit?
Yes.
Have to go sideways.
Your deer antler horns can fit. Yes. Okay, Rufus. So I should point out that Ashley is no longer riding Crud Jr., the pink-haired girl.
I wouldn't think so.
The blue-haired girl probably fell on her butt down to the ground when you transformed back into. Or did you do it gently?
I would have been nice about it.
You kind of shrugged her off.
Yeah.
She stiffly fell off and stepped off. Okay. Good. All right. So you guys are following this dog, and you keep following this dog for a while. Rufus's barks echo all around you. What does Rufus look like again, Amonust?
Basically looks like a wolf.
Okay. So you hear deep, large dog barks
Yep.
coming. Sometimes they're bouncing so weirdly, they sound like they're coming from behind you. What are you guys going to do, like, skill check-wise, to try to follow this dog?
I'm setting up fireworks to light up the area so we can see them.
Okay.
Survival.
Yeah.
Check.
This was our little skill portion of the adventure.
I think I'm going to do an athletics for, like, doing, like, the military crawl through this little hole.
Okay.
I got a 27 for Arcana.
Yeah, it's well lit. Yes, that's a pass.
Got a 13 for survival for tracking.
Uh-oh. It's confusing with all of the sound coming from all the directions.
Mm-hmm.
Amonist.
I rolled a 16, and I have a... What? I can't even read this. Is it a 5 or a 6? Plus 5 or 6. I can't read it. It's too small.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's above a 20. That was our DC for this skill check portion of the adventure. And you wiggle through the crevice with ease. Very athletically. You're hopping from rock to rock with no problem. Like a parkour expert, you bounce off of a wall and onto a rock that would have been... It's like too far to get to that rock, jumping straight to it, so you jump to the wall next to it, jump off of that, and then jump on the rock.
Mm-hmm.
Impressive.
Yep, very nimble.
Yeah. Hopefully Artemia can pass. Now, Artemia, you have the help of Ashley and Margaret, the two priests, if you want as well. Assistant regional priests.
Assistant to the regional priest. All right. Is this for bouncing around or just tracking still?
It's like a skill challenge. We're just trying to do an alternate. It's not combat. It's something different to use your role playing. Yeah.
Yeah. So, with them assisting behind me, pointing out things that I may or may not have missed, I would have gotten a 21 to look and kind of zero in on the direction that we need to go with the echoes and such.
Okay. Perception or...
Yeah. Perception.
Ah, okay. So the dog's echoes are confusing, but you remember your calculus class.
Mm-hmm.
You figure
You get
it
a
out.
lot of that in the swamp.
Actually, mathematicians are often very depressed, so that makes sense.
Mama Roo is very strict about our calculus lessons.
High math.
As she should be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm thinking of like A Beautiful Mind, where that guy was like, yeah, that does kind of fit. Okay. So you're a very well educated druid. Yeah. Okay. The old Greeks had a saying, when you're on the top of the wheel, you're happy, but you're stupid. And so you make mistakes, and those mistakes bring you down to the bottom of the wheel, where you're depressed, but you're very intelligent. And you use that intelligence to overcome your problems, and then you go up to the top of the wheel and you're happy again. But then you make a mistake and you're trying to ancient Greekify this D&D session.
Nice.
Okay, so moving on.
We will break the wheel. No.
Oh no. Rebellion. So you guys pass your skill challenge with the assistance of all of you and the priests. You zero in on those sounds and you find Rufus. The wolf dog is panting happily in front of you. Artemia, as you are the last one, so you ran right up to the dog at the end.
Do we see the jumping beans?
No, dogs aren't good at finding stones. They don't care. But you know what they're good at finding?
Food?
Did he find meat?
Yeah, they're good at finding meat. Rufus has found you a skeleton. Da 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 da. It's an armor. It's bones. It smells real good to dogs. Probably like, a mixture of its favorite things, rot and meat,
Oh.
Is this that storekeeper that died?
Oh gosh.
Wah, wah, wah.
No. It's
Okay.
not. But it is a body if you'd like to loot it or inspect it.
I will inspect the body.
Yes. Let's inspect it to see what we can loot.
Yes, the looting might come later.
I'm gonna do a medicine check to find out what made it dead.
Oh, that's easy to tell. What's your number?
It's gonna be a 12.
Well, it's really easy to tell. Its head is not here.
Hmm.
In fact, it seems to have been dragged out here based on the way it's... Nope, you don't know. Its head is not here. You did a low medicine check. Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone else?
28 to investigate any goodies that's on the body.
Ooh.
Oh, you did better than me. I did a 16.
Okay. The 16 finds a +1 dagger.
I'm not going to touch that this time.
And the 28 finds a staff of evocation.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. It's a long piece of wood in a cylinder.
It's a staff.
Yeah.
You found a staff?
He found a long piece of
Staff?
wood in a cylinder. Yeah.
Yes.
Like a walking stick.
That I can bash you over the head with if you smart off to me.
He could.
Watch yourself.
Oh, am I going to do a trick?
That's what we can call it.
It basically, I can give you the stats after the session when you want to spend 100 gold to identify it, but it basically can know some spells for you. So, like, it can cast some spells.
I could just use a detect magic spell to identify it later.
No, you can't, because you don't know what it does like that. So, if you're willing to, in town later, spend 100 gold, I can tell you all of its properties. It's the identify spell. It'll tell you, like, what it is and how to use it and, like, all the, like...
Later.
Okay. All right. But because you had a 28, you also find that nearby there's a perfectly rectangular, straight-edged stone.
I pick it up.
He picks it up.
Hey guys, look at the stone I found.
The instant your hand touches the tablet, insects move and crawl on its surface. But these aren't insects. They're letters, and they resolve into words that you can read. It says, If you've a just life, you've nothing to fear from the headsman's axe.
If you've a just life... Oh, if you live a just life.
You apostrophe
no-
VE.
If you've a just life, you have nothing to fear from the headsman's axe.
Pink-haired Ashley comes over and looks over your shoulder. She sees the letters, and she reads them out loud to everyone, and she's, like, excited about it. She's like, ooh, it's a treasure.
I think it's more of a warning. Be good or lose your head.
She looks super happy. She's like, oh, and she runs towards, so where this person's, unfortunately, where their body was, she runs right past it, just hops over like it's nothing, and is at the rock wall behind it, and she touches it, and the moment she touches it, the rock wall starts to move and roll like a sliding door, except it's like a rolling disc. And that reveals darkness beyond it. And she's like, oh, this is exciting. Is this what you adventurers do? This is so cool. And then Margaret has wide eyes. This is the blue-haired one. She has super wide eyes and has not moved towards the dead body or the recently revealed entrance.
Yeah, I think you'd be a good fit with the guild. We'll take you under our wing, teach you.
She is a
Let's
cleric.
go to the new place.
Okay, so Crud Jr.'s going to the dark.
The new place. Light it up with my fireworks.
Okay, and as he does that, Amonust and Artemia?
I'm gonna walk forward, but I'm gonna do it crouching down.
You don't think you've lived a just life? You have something to fear from...
I'm not so sure.
And Artemia will kind of like throw her head back and then follow.
Margaret's by your side as she follows as well. I'm surprised that Crud Jr. is the most, he's leading the way. Okay.
This pink-haired girl's infected him.
Aww.
Oh.
Okay. You can't help but be excited. You're like, well, there's a dead body, but like, what else?
He's feeding right off of her excitement. He can't help himself.
Okay. Darkness extends further than the limits of your dark vision beyond. The inside of this cave is long and narrow. On the left and on the right are large statues of balance scales. paired parallel with their statue across the way. It makes a path deeper into the room.
You know how we feel about statues.
What do you do, Amonust?
Can we destroy those statues before we move forward?
Amonust attacks them with his swords?
I'm thinking something a little more long range.
Amonust stands back and bow and arrows them?
Can I stand back and pull out my flask of endless water and start spraying them with water and pull out my sword that is the ice themed one and pass the water over the ice themed sword so that the water becomes super chilled and freezes when it hits the statue, and start encasing the statue in ice, and just keep spraying it with this freezing water until it is fully encased in ice, and just do that for every statue until they're covered.
How close do you get to the first statue?
The range is 30 feet.
Okay. Artemia, how do you react to Amonust doing that?
Amonust, I don't think that's how it works. Maybe we should, I don't know, look at the statues. What's your deal with statues? This seems like a very extreme reaction to seeing some statues.
They have a bad habit of coming to life and attacking us.
No, just you.
No, many people. This guild has a bad track history of statues. They come up to life and attack us. I'd like to just encase them in ice so that if anything happens, they can't hit us.
I just want to point out that it's kind of hot here. So by the time you coat one with ice and start on the next one, the first one's going to melt.
It's not that hot.
Is it warm enough or is it cool enough to keep ice icy? DM. This is your world.
I'm going to let him do it for this session. I'm not saying that your swords can do that every session. I'm saying it's funny right now, so you can do it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I'm just saying, ice sculptures will typically last standing in a room temperature party for hours and hours. I just need these to last a few minutes.
Sure.
Well, I'll cast gaseous form on myself and move forward.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that.
Okay. It makes you resistant to physical attacks, yeah.
Okay.
And a little harder to detect since I'm...
Yeah. And Crud Jr.
Right.
Artemia is gaseous.
And
Amonust
gassy.
is...
All that ambrosia.
And Amonust is coating a statue in ice. What do you do?
I'm continuing. Me and my new friend are just continuing down the hall.
Yeah. The pink-haired girl, Ashley, is looking at the statues and the ice and the gaseous form, and she's like, this is way more exciting than my normal life is. This is awesome. I'm so excited to be here. You guys have no idea. And the blue-haired girl, Margaret, has not yet moved past the dead body outside. And Rufus is with her. Rufus is like sniffing very thoroughly and putting its mouth on the bones. It's not chewing the human bones. It's just like, I want these. And Margaret's like staring at that. What do you guys do?
I proceed forward.
Oh, we'll get to you. Anybody going to call back to? Do you want Margaret?
No.
No.
I think we're over Margaret by now.
Okay. All right. She's a little bit over the dead body, so she's going to stand outside. I'm going to do another courage check to see what she's like. You know, give her character a chance. That's a 2. She doesn't want to pass beyond the dead body, but let's see, how far does Rufus
She takes her
get?
necklace off.
Rufus got a 15. Rufus is a good boy. Rufus just happily grabs a femur, jumps over the corpse, and runs with its tail wagging into the cave, which leaves... Oh, this would leave Margaret alone outside there. The look on your face. Another courage check. She's not courageous, so she's not going to stay outside.
She's forced to follow.
Once Rufus is gone, she looks around, panicked, and she's like, okay, no. And she kicks the corpse as she heads past it and scatters the bones and the armor and heads inside, angry. I rolled. That's how she rolled. Okay. So, Amonust, back to you with you've gotten 30 feet from these statues of giant scales of balances. Are you afraid of justice or are you afraid of statues?
I'm afraid of the headsman's axe.
Okay. All right. The statues don't do anything as you coat them with ice.
Okay, I proceed forward.
Coating the statues with ice. Okay. At the very back of the room, we have Margaret, the surly and angry. In the front, we have Crud Jr. and Ashley. You are the first to see the large humanoid statue at the end of this hallway. Amonust is still busy freezing things, and you're not sure what happened to Artemia. There's a fart cloud over there, though.
Yep. Swamp gas.
So you, Crud Jr., are the one who gets to react to this large statue. It's a person, they look a bit like an executioner. They're wearing, let's just say, like, nondescript clothes. The most obvious thing about them is that they're standing with their arms raised above their head, holding a very, very large axe. And in front of them is a chopping block, an executioner's block. There's enough room between the axe and the executioner's block for a head.
Oh, other dad's not going to like this one.
That's the statue I need to be freezing.
He hates statues. Pitch does too, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess I'm going to just walk up to it and examine around and see if there's any way past it.
Okay. This is the end of the cavern. There's no way past it, but do some kind of roll on your examination, maybe an investigation check.
Sure, I will investigate it. That is going to be a 26.
Oh my goodness. Okay. You find words.
Oh.
Yeah, you rolled really well. You don't need to guess at anything. You see these words. Strong threads of life. It's a poem. Uncut by mortal scissors. Gods all-powerful above and below. None escape the headsman's axe.
I read it out loud to everybody in the cavern.
You read those words, and you read them out loud. So from the back of the room, way back, kind of not splitting the party, but she's way out there, blue-haired Margaret says, That's gotta be a fake. Nothing can kill a god. Angry Margaret.
Crud Jr. is going to walk up the statue to try to remove the axe from its hands.
Okay, you're pulling on the axe from the...
pulling, trying to pull it out of the hands.
Strength check.
Okay. Thankfully I have those gauntlets. Still 16.
The axe remains in the statue's hands, but you are pulling so hard that your feet lift off the ground and you're holding on with your two arms and you're like jumping up and down on it. Like a person who's trying to break a tree branch, hanging from it. Fart Cloud, what do you do? She's not happy about being called Fart Cloud.
No. This is me trying, like, legitimately, what can I do as a fart cloud?
You can go into the statue, maybe? Loosen up the axe from there?
And there's great big scales, right?
You've you've floated, you've
Past
floated past statues that line this walkway, and those are scales, yeah.
Okay. Then
like a law firm has that logo of like the two bowls and the bowls can go up and down, yeah.
So can I gas up to one of those scale bowls?
One of the ice-covered ones at the back that Amonust already got to, or one of the...
No, I'll swirl up around the axeman's noggin, see if there's like, if he's got nose holes I can squeeze up in, maybe ear holes, or if he's just solid.
He's solid.
Okay. Then, I don't think I could talk in this form.
Officially, you can't. Mike Bachman talks. It's fine. I'm cool with you talking. I don't care.
Okay, well then I'll swirl up to its ear and just be like, hey, we're pretty chill, so if you could not chop us, that would be great. And I'll be persuasive. I'm going to be...
Yes.
That's what I'm going to try to do.
I would be persuaded.
17 plus 3.
Non-natural 20.
So chill. We're so chill.
Okay. Margaret just jumped over a corpse. She's looking at a dog that has a human's femur bone in its mouth. She's in a hot attic with stuffy air that has ice scale statues. She's just upset at this point. And she's
been upset the entire time.
She goes, "This is dumb and I hate it." And Ashley is normally very on the ball with translating for and comforting the tsundere Margaret. But right now, anyone want to do an insight check on Ashley?
Sure. Let's see. That's going to be a 15.
Okay. She's facing the front with the headsman. Anyone else?
With a 15? That's all we got? Oh, no, I got a 2.
Okay, let's see. Insight. Oof. Oh, well, with my passive, it's a 17.
Oh, okay. With the 17, you can see that she's staring hungrily at the huntsman statue like she wants it.
Wow.
What is she?
Not the statue, the axe. Oh my gosh. She I'm sorry.
Boy, sorry,
No.
Crud. She is into something else.
Did my new best friend just become the bad guy?
No, she wants the axe is what I'm saying.
Yeah, she does.
So do I.
Okay. She's like, I want that. You guys seen Bobby Duke Arts and he goes, I want that. She goes, I want that.
So is she kind of like Apu in Aladdin, reaching towards the gem?
Yes, with the gem eyeballs.
Yeah.
She has gem eyeballs, yeah, where she's looking at the diamond and the diamond's in her eyes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why does she want that?
Good question.
Well, climb up here and help me get it out of its grip.
She looks at the words that you've read loudly at the bottom and she reads them aloud again. She says, strong threads of life, uncut by mortal scissors, God's all-powerful above and below, none escaped the headsman's axe. And then she keeps whispering, if you've a just life, you've nothing to fear from the headsman's axe. And she looks at the chopping block altar. And she goes, I think it's a puzzle. She taps on her tooth. It makes sense if you see someone do it. It looks like they're thinking.
Who has a just life? Maybe Rufus.
My
Animals
goodness.
are super innocent.
Hey, other dad, why don't you lay your head down here for a minute? I want to see what happens.
No. But I mean, maybe Rufus can take the axe out of its hand without getting, without activating it, because he's a dog. He's perfectly just. They're super innocent. Dogs never have mean thoughts.
Rufus is happily eating a human femur in the back of the cave.
Right.
Yeah, but he's just a bone to him. He doesn't mean anything by it.
Oh no, I'm just telling you what's happening. I'm just saying.
All right, well, Artemia feels like she's convinced this statue that she's super chill. So she'll gaseous form down to that chopping block and, I guess, cloud into the rough shape of a person.
Okay, are you a gaseous form or a person?
I'll go ahead and break concentration and be a me.
Oh, Artemia appears again.
And I'll look up at the statue and be like, so are we cool?
Oh, is your head on the chopping block? Or where are you?
Yeah, I'll do it. I'm doing it.
Oh,
It's happening.
Oh my gosh. Okay, all right. Artemia's head is on the chopping block with her cute deer antlers sticking out further than the chopping block, and she's kneeled over and her, oh my goodness. Okay.
And I'm
all right.
giving the statue a thumbs up. We're good. We're solid.
And I am tense, ready to try to pull back the arms.
Okay, Crud Jr.'s standing really close to the statue. Artemia has kneeled onto the chopping block with her head under the axe. Amonust, where are you?
I am standing right beside, ready to fight this come-to-life statue that's about to happen.
With a line of frozen scale statues behind you, so you're pretty close to the altar. And Rufus is in the room, and Ashley, the pink-haired, is kneeling down, reading the words at the bottom, trying to puzzle it out. And at the back of the room, Margaret is standing near the door as everyone is freezing in place. Everyone, this moment in time, is frozen in place, and you hear a scraping sound as the rock pulls back over the entrance and seals you all into the room. You all are unable to move, and you hear these words coming. Who's standing closest to the statue? Probably Crud Jr.
Yeah.
So you see the head of the headsman animate, and the lips move, and words come out. They're loud, booming words. Let me read them. Artemia, you feel a searing weight on your neck, but then it subsides, and instead, the weight of an axe presses upon your hands and everyone else's hands in the room. So you pass. That's good. Yay.
Yay. Thanks, dude.
The statue speaks and says, "The tribe must speak. Which god shall this axe be able to excise from existence? Consensus, tribe. Time to decide on your deicide."
Oof.
Oh.
We're about to murder a god?
I don't feel comfortable making this decision. I don't really follow any particular deity, so...
Ashley, which god do you hate?
Ashley, the pink-haired one. She says, "You know what I think? I think it's really unfair how Fenrir is chained because he might do a, air quotes, Ragnarok or whatever. And it's just unjust, don't you think? It's just, there's something wrong about that. So if you were prophesized to destroy the world, but then there's a prophecy that this earthworm's going to destroy the world, and there's a prophecy that person who's not born yet is going to destroy the world. There's so many prophecies. That's no justification for chaining up Fenrir. Don't you think?
So you vote Fenrir?
No, I vote Tyr.
Oh.
Something tells me that Moxie would not approve of that.
'Tis the god of justice and order.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like our guild is kind of at war with Loki at the moment. That would be the obvious choice. He has been doing a lot of very bad things lately.
But, who are we to pass judgment on gods and without input from other people, especially? We're making a pretty big decision that's going to affect, a lot of people.
Do we have to choose now?
I look up at the statue. We don't want to, thanks.
Yeah, I'm gonna hard pass.
The statue is kind of on repeat. It says the same thing it did before. "The tribe must speak. Which god shall this axe be able to excise from existence?"
You?
The statue is not a god.
Oh.
And you all have to unanimously vote on this.
I say Fenrir's supposed to destroy the world, then we do Fenrir.
I mean, there's plenty of gods that are supposed to destroy the world.
But he's the only one chained up.
I mean, you're not going to hit it off with the pink-haired girl if you go that direction, just saying.
When Shiva dances, that's supposed to destroy the world.
Tyr's going to piss off Moxie, and you know what? I'm not going to piss off Moxie.
Yeah, I'm not going to say Tyr because we like Moxie. I think it should be Loki. I think that we have an overarching theme here of Loki targeting us. I think we should have a defense in place. Even if we don't use it, it would be nice to have a bargaining chip.
In the back, back where the stone sealed the entrance, Margaret is "Yeah, Loki, Loki, Loki," cheering, raising her arm.
Figured she'd be on Team Loki. So 2 votes for Loki, 1 for Tyr, 1 for doesn't really care which one, and I don't think we've heard from the last.
What Where's Crud landing in this?
Doesn't really care.
Mm.
As long as it's not that 8-year-old.
No, that's messed up. No.
Jill.
Yeah.
Her name was Jill.
Jill, yeah.
Yeah. Jill's cool. Jill's safe.
I think Artemis still kind of in the, what right do we have to make this decision?
You find yourself unable to move with a weight on your hands. So it's kind of like if you don't decide, you just hang out here.
So we're going to starve to death unless we kill a god.
Unless you gain the power to kill a god. You do not have to use it.
That's true.
It's just a weapon.
You feel the weight of an axe in your hand, so that's what is being considered here.
All right, then she will just sigh heavily and go, you guys really have like a beef with the Loki one? Is that the most helpful? I don't know. You tell me. To her companions.
I think that would eventually become the most potentially useful.
All right, fine. The Loki one then. That's the one.
All right, Loki.
Okay, Ashley is frozen in place kneeling at the bottom of the statue, and she says, "What did Loki ever do to anybody? His son is chained up. Minority Report, you're not guilty of the crime until you commit it. Fenrir didn't do anything. Tyr just chained him because of a prophecy. This is..." And then...
Oh, I agree with you. I have no beef with Fenrir.
Yeah.
At all.
With my passive insight and this very specific rant that old Pinky is certainly going on, do I get any kind of inkling that maybe she's not the person that she's been presenting herself to be?
What's your number?
17. I can...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you find it odd that she's trembling with rage and everyone else is frozen in place.
Uh-huh. Hey, guys. Crud, man, I'm sorry to be the one to point this out, but I think that's Loki.
And then she stands up. Everybody make a will save.
A will save?
Yep. Margaret rolled a 5.
Wisdom.
Margaret is so sad.
Oh, wisdom. Okay.
24.
11.
23.
24, 11, 23, and 5. Unanimously, at the same time, all of your mouths open. Do you guys know who Balder is?
Yes.
Yeah. All of your mouths open, and you all say, "Tyr."
No.
And the axe solidifies in the headsman statue. Right before all of you guys can move, pink-haired Ashley jumps up, grabs the axe on the statue, smiles at you all, and says, "Thank you, everyone." And with a pop of air, she's gone.
So we just gave Loki the means to kill Tyr.
And we haven't even found the beans yet.
The true tragedy. Margaret, in the back of the room, collapses to her knees and looks at the space where Ashley was.
Nobody tell Moxie. We were never here.
In the back of your mind, you all hear, "Oh goodness, this is just the worst thing." Why?
Well, that did not go as planned.
You are all free to move again, of course. You can tell because Margaret dropped to her knees.
Stand up and dust my robes off.
Is there anything else in this room that we should be aware of?
Like, do we see our stone beans that we're looking for?
Oh, wait. The just have nothing to fear from the axe. Tyr is the god of justice. Is that axe even going to do anything to Tyr?
May not.
Amonust reassures you that you're all going to be fine.
Artemia just shrugs. She's like, "I don't know what your guys' deal is with the gods. You're really obsessed."
But haven't you just seen? I mean, they're all a-holes.
Yeah, that's why I don't, worship one.
I wouldn't say we worship them either. We,
No.
We get attacked by them.
They pick on us.
we go to their birthday parties.
Yeah, they're just like the rest of us, but with more power.
Yes. So that happened.
And I forgot to tell you all a thing earlier. So can we do this scene? So when she popped out of existence, a small white handkerchief fluttered to the ground.
Oh, look, it's the handkerchief.
That brat, she had it the whole time.
That's super not chill.
Hey, Margaret. Any idea what was going on with Ashley there?
Margaret is now kneeling on the ground, her hand clenching the dirt and stones underneath with rage and squeezing on them very tightly. A single tear is running down her dusty cheek. She's got her head turned to the ground, though, so you can't see.
Maybe we should head back to the party and, warn the other gods?
I thought you didn't care about the gods.
Well, they're still people. I just don't see what the big deal is.
Let's
That's a
find
good
our
point.
beans then.
Yeah, do we see any jumping beans in this room?
You do not.
Yeah.
The spider found some earlier. It's just there was a nat 20, so I was like, all right, that way.
Oh, the spider already found some?
Well, it was going to when you nat 20'd, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And you found that.
Good,
all
good
right.
job,
Hey.
Rufus. Thanks. Good boy.
So it's Rufus's fault. We'll let Moxie know that it's Rufus's fault.
Crud Jr. wags his finger no at the good boy eating the femur bone in the corner.
Okay, well, let's swing out of here back to where the spider originally found the jumping beans, grab those, and head back to the party.
Let's do it.
Okay, the spider web detection thing, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
so
Wild shape again.
okay, you're a spider.
Do you remember where you detected those before we got distracted?
Well, so spiders can put their spider paws on their web, and then they can feel all through the web, if there's any vibrations.
Mm-hmm.
So I just go back to my old web. Spider
Yeah.
feel.
Okay, perception check with advantage because you've got spiderweb. Crud Jr. looks so sad right now. Sorry.
All right, dirty 20 is my high roll.
Yes, you feel a jiggling of the spiderweb.
All right, I will skitter towards the jiggle.
Are the other people coming with you?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. You are stepping towards the jiggling, which is around a bend.
Hmm.
Make a second perception check.
All right, so it's going to be a 16.
Yeah. It feels like you've caught quite a lot of jumping stones. Your web is bouncing. The whole time you've been in there, either something's caught in your web or all the jumping stones in this, all the jumping stones in this place have fallen into your web. It's so much jumping.
All right,
How close do you get as you...
I'll get right up on it. Just go straight to the...
Straight to the jumping?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, everybody please roll initiative.
22.
13.
17. No, 18.
And I will roll for Margaret, the cleric. Okay. Amonust, you're up first. In front of you, Artemia is as giant spider, and she's skittering along her web.
Okay.
She whips around a corner, I guess, or do you get right up on it. She goes right up on a bunch of rocks that are jumping there.
Is there an enemy?
Perception check?
Okay. 12. All right, passive perception's 14, so 14.
You would say that there's a lot of rocks bouncing in the web. They're big-sized rocks.
Big size. I thought we were looking for jumping bean size rocks.
Indeed. This doesn't appear right.
Do we have to break them open and get them out of the big rocks?
It's a good question. Do you want to try?
Sure. I'm going to try to strike them with my sword.
Okay, so you run right up to the big rocks. Oh, gosh. And you strike them with your sword.
How big are they?
You ever seen, there's a show Galaxy Quest. It's a movie, and they're in an arena with this like clump of rocks that assembles into a large like golem that's moving around.
Garnak, I think it was called. Garnak?
Karnak.
That sounds right.
About Karnak sized.
Gotcha. So that's what's happening here.
Well, as you run up and strike it with your sword, you're gonna initiate a combat.
Gotcha. That's what's happening. All right. So
You caught a thing. So how much damage are you doing, and what's your to hit?
Well, I'm rolling them now. 3 hits, 17, 18, and 16 are my rolls to hit, and those are very good rolls. That's not even adding my.
It has AC 17, by the way.
That's not even adding my bonus to hit. So all of these hit.
Yeah.
Okay, and then my damage rolls. This is what happens when I go first. 4, 5, and the elemental damage. Does it have any elemental resistances?
No.
Electric or ice. Okay. All right, and then let me pull up my handy dandy calculator, and I will add all of these up, and I will pre-roll the next ones.
Yeah, I kind of surprised you guys with the combat.
Total damage for this round is 47.
Okay, and what are the damage types?
Let's see. Most of it is magical, physical, and 11 of it is ice. 1 of it is electric.
Okay, 2 of it are electric.
2 of it is electric?
Yeah, it has a vulnerability to thunder.
Oh, vulnerability to thunder.
Yeah.
Duly noted. And next time I will hit twice with the electric sword. So 48 damage.
All right, you're surprised that the rock screams when you hit it. It goes, "Arrgh!" Angry rock sound. And it assembles itself, again, Galaxy Quest, and is gonna come at you because it attacks next. So around you, 3 piles of rocks resolve into rock elementals. They're earth elementals, but they're made out of rock. And they're all going to... So, just to tell you a little bit about them, they make 2 slam attacks, each one of these. I'm going to say that they all assemble right next to you, because they were probably all here. They have +8 to hit. Does a 15 hit your AC?
No.
Okay.
Also, please keep in mind that you hit me with disadvantage.
Does a 17 hit your AC? Why do I hit you with disadvantage?
Because I have the Cloak of something. What is that item? Cloak of Displacement.
Is that the one that until you're hit the first time you get disadvantage?
I don't believe it has that. I can look it up in the book, but I think it's all the time. I'll look up the thing while you're doing this.
I'm pretty sure it's just the first time. Like until you get hit each round or something like that. But yeah, look it up.
Yep.
And if you guys could pre-roll your damages into hits. Yeah.
Oh, no, you're right. If you take damage, this property ceases to function until the start of your next turn.
Okay.
So yeah, only for the first hit until my next turn.
I'll just re-roll all of these then. So the first one with disadvantage is a 7 + 8 is 15. So the first one...
Nope.
Okay. The second one with disadvantage is a 11, doesn't hit. The second rock elemental with disadvantage is a 9, 10. The third one with disadvantage is... Wait, the second one's second hit. Oh, God. Is a 13 to hit. The third one's first hit with disadvantage is a 23. Does that one hit you?
That one hits.
Okay. Okay. You take 20 bludgeoning damage as a rock strikes into you, and the third one is going to hit you again for 21 to hit. Does that hit?
Yes.
Okay, for 16 bludgeoning damage. So 20 and 16. So you took 36 bludgeoning damage from the third rock elemental that finally got you.
Okay.
Next up is Artemia. Artemia, the rocks in your web have come together and assembled themselves into earth elementals. You think it's a little unusual for rocks to have so much energy. And that's what the jumping stones are. They're energy and little baby.
So these are more grown ones.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in my spider form, I'm going to shoot web at one of them, and I get a 19 to hit.
The middle, the left, or the right?
Let's go middle.
Okay. That hits.
All right. So that rock will have to take its action to try to break out of the web next round. So it's restrained currently. And if it doesn't break out of the webbing, it remains restrained.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's covered in webs. It's looking a little like the cotton candy from the It's Not Haunted episode, where it's just a large, puffy column. Yeah. Is that your turn?
That is.
Okay. Next up is Crud Jr.
Crud Jr.'s gonna peek around the corner, see all this going down, and stay right where he's at, as far away as he can, and cast Arcane Hand right above the one on the right.
Okay. What does that do?
That, I create a large hand of shimmering translucent force in an unoccupied space that I can see within range. The hand lasts for the spell's duration, and it moves at my command, mimicking the movements of my own hand. So that
what's the range?
Large hand, 120 feet.
Okay. That's how far away you are. Got it.
Okay. I'm okay with that. The hand, I create a fist and smash it right on the top of the rock guy's head. Rolled a 20 to hit.
That hits.
And 28 force damage.
All right. The rock on the right takes 28 force damage as the magical hand slams into its head. Is that the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn.
Okay, it's Margaret's turn. Margaret, I'm not super good at cleric spells, but I think usually Mocha casts Aid at this point to give you all like 5 temporary hit points or something. 10 temporary hit points. Mocha stand-in Margaret is going to do that. You're all going to get like 10 temporary hit points. There you go. Cleric.
Yep.
Yay! I needed those.
Amonust, it's your turn.
Okay, so I went ahead and pre-rolled. I got a crit on my first roll, and then a really bad fail on the second one, and then a hit on the third roll, doubled my electric damage on the first roll. Total damage 39 for my sword strokes on this one. And then I am also going to use my second wind to regain 18 hit points on this one.
Okay, so the rock golem on the left, the rock elemental on the left, goes down from that number to that number of hit points. I've recorded it. I probably shouldn't say it.
No?
No.
It's not dead yet? Okay.
It's not dead. You slash at it with your
buddy.
swords. Little chips of stone fly off as your metal swords strike with lightning and frost at the
Yes.
at the rock earth elementals. The electric sword sizzles and produces a fractal pattern on the rock. It's doing more damage than you would expect it to. You guys ever seen a fractal when lightning strikes things like rocks and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm.
Wood? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next up is...
These rocks have iron in them.
They do. Next up is the Earth Elemental's turn. So the one in the middle is going to use its action to try to get out of the web. Does that mean that it's rolling a strength check?
Oh, it's it's a strength check.
Okay. It rolled a 7 and it adds 5 to that. 12?
That is just enough to break out.
Oh,
But
okay.
that's its whole action. So
Yeah,
that's something.
the rocks rip the web and it roars and the web flies across and everyone in the room except for Crud Jr. is not close enough gets little pieces of web like in their hair. And that was its action.
Yeah.
The other two are one's going to attack Amonust and one's going to attack Artemia. The one attacking Amonust is going to roll with disadvantage. It rolled a 12.
Nope.
And then it rolled, again with disadvantage, a 21.
Yep.
Okay, that one hits you for 19 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
The one near Artemia, the spider, it rolled a 12 to hit you.
That will not.
And then the second attack, it rolled a 24 to hit you.
That will do that, yes.
Okay. Oh, a 1 on the damage dice. So sad, DM. Okay. 13 damage for
Alrighty.
bludgeoning damage as the rock slams into the spider and tries to squish the insect. Next up. Artemia the spider. How do you react?
My web recharged, so I'm gonna shoot web at it again. So
The
21.
one on the right or the one on the...
the
in
one
the
that
middle?
just hit me.
Okay, the one on the right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So the 21, and so it's all encased. And then I'm gonna skitter away 30 feet.
Ooh, now it does have 10 feet reach, so if you try to break melee with it, it's going to do an attack of opportunity on you.
It can do that. It'll have disadvantage since it's restrained.
Okay. Well, disadvantage is very powerful. It did not hit you.
Okay. Whew. With one of my 8 arms, I wipe the top of my spider head.
Yeah. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay. How far away from it are you?
30 feet.
Okay. All right. Next up. Crud Jr., you're 120 feet away, so you are the only person in the room who doesn't have a bit of cobweb in your hair. Well,
You don't even know if I have hair.
I don't know if you on your hood. On your cloak.
Okay, so I'm going to cast Far Strike with a 27 to hit.
That hits.
30 fire damage.
Which one? The one on the left, middle, or right?
The right one, the one I've been working on.
Okay. It is covered in web. I'm not sure if the fire is gonna, or is the fire strike gonna affect the web?
It is very vulnerable to fire.
Oh.
Okay, well then I will do the middle one instead.
Okay. All right. How much damage?
30.
30 damage. The one in the middle that had just ripped its web off gets a fire to the face. as
And
reward.
as my bonus action, that hand's going to come back down on the right-hand side one again.
Oh, who's in a web and probably can't dodge at all, right? Like if you're restrained.
Yeah.
So I get...
It's movements.
It says a 16 hit, because I think I get advantage.
I think
if
you
it
get
doesn't.
advantage because it can't dodge. It's
Yeah.
restrained. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I might get a nat 20, so let me roll that again. Nope.
It's worth a check.
Well, 16
Yeah.
wouldn't have hit, so
Yeah, but it does raise it up to an 18.
18 does. All right.
Okay, good.
Your hand strikes.
That will be 31 damages
Oh.
to the top of its head.
Goodness. Smack. It goes down to that number of hit points. Yeah. Yeah. As you smack it on the head, the rock that was, I guess, like in the head position, like crunches down on the shoulders. There's just like magic between them, not like muscles or anything. And so you grind it against what a shoulder bone would, the clavicle.
So it's out of magical cartilage.
Well, hit points wise, it's not doing that bad, but like it just the jolt of the two rocks grinding together. Yeah, it wishes it had this wonderful fleshy invention of cartilage. So yeah. After Crud Jr., it's Margaret. Amonust, how are you doing?
I'm like a little over half health.
Okay. Amonust, you're 120 feet away. Crud Jr. has established. So since you don't need healing, Crud Jr., Margaret's going to use her dash action, and she's going to move 100 feet closer to you, Amonust. So she's only 20 feet away. She moves quite far, but she doesn't get to you this turn. So I'm going to say she's near Amonust, and she's probably like 50 feet away from Artemia because you moved away. So she'll be able to heal you next turn, Amonust.
Okay.
All right. Speaking of, it's your turn now.
My turn now.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I rolled kind of crappy this turn. One hit misses, the other two land. Total damage 28
28.
on the most injured of these golems.
The one on the left is the most injured. It goes down some hit points, and a chunk of rock flies out as your sword hits it like a baseball making a home run, and it's gone in the distance. The golem, the earth elemental, turns its rock, rotates its top rock, and watches as its like part flies off.
Oh,
Yeah.
we might be retrieving that.
You look like it's hard to say with piles of moving conscious stone, but it doesn't look well.
Okay.
And now it's the earth elemental's turn. So first the one in front of Artima, well, it's 30 feet away from Artima, but the one covered in web is going to try with all of its strength to, oh wow, that's better. Is going to try to rip that web off. That's a 24 to try to rip the web off.
Yes, that will definitely rip the web off.
Okay, it is no longer covered in web, and Artima, you now have spiderwebs all over you, and the ground is covered in spiderwebs, and there's a light snow falling in the air of spiderweb pieces that have been glitterified. Like, glitter is everywhere. These have been like confetti out of a confetti cannon. There's spiderweb falling through the air. It's everywhere. You're going to be getting confetti out of like your shoes and like your pockets for like weeks.
I'm okay with this. This is good with me.
That was its whole turn to try to get the web off, which it did. The one in the middle, which is doing the best out of all of them, is, Amonust. Yep. It didn't hit you with its first strike. Okay, but its second one was 15 plus 7 is 22 to hit you. So the second one hits. Yay. 15 bludgeoning damage to Amonust.
Okay.
As the middle earth elemental takes 2 hits to hit you once. Okay, the one on the left, that's you just baseball batted its part all the way to the edges of your sight. That one is going to try to hit you. The first one misses, which is terribly sad for me. And the second one is a 22. Does that hit?
Yep.
Okay. 15 bludgeoning damage. Hey, yo.
Oof.
How are you doing?
I'm still alive.
You're still alive.
I'm at 19.
Artima, the one in front of you ripped its web off. It's confetti floating in the air.
Okay.
By the way, that's very effective to take their turn away, because otherwise it would be 3 attacking each turn. Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, my web did not recharge this time, and I feel like I might be more helpful in my normal form, so I will drop my wild shape and cast Blight.
Is dropping your wild shape a bonus action or an action?
Bonus.
Okay.
And I'll do the one that just busted out of my web.
Yeah.
A Constitution saving throw.
Okay, they're pretty good at that, the rocks.
Yeah.
13? Question mark?
Nope. So it will take 20 points of necrotic damage as I glare at it and go, whatever. And it just starts, this green, sickly energy envelops it.
It takes that damage. It does not have any... It's got, like, damage resistances to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical attacks. It's never faced lethal sarcasm. So this is...
Take that, bards.
Full damage. Yeah. After Artemia is Crud Jr., you're 120 feet away from the battle.
And loving it. So I'm going to cast Far Strike again. I rolled a natural 20 for that, so that's going to do 72 damage to the one in the middle.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, the one in the middle had the most health before that happened. Now it has that number of health. Writing it down. Got it. And what does Far Strike look like?
Far Strike looks like a beam of just solid flame.
Whoa.
Right into their face.
What happens to rock when flame hits it that causes a lot of damage?
It melts.
Yeah, it gets molten-y.
It liquefies.
Yeah, it turns red and starts dripping. And as the drips form, the rock elemental can no longer control them and they fall to the ground. Drip, drip, hissing as the lava hits the floor. Ooh.
And as my bonus action, the one on the right's going to get smashed in the head again.
Okay.
28 to hit with 24 damage.
Okay. 24 damage. 27. Okay. Got it. Oops. Cough. That's not how much health it has left. Okay. So.
What? Wait, what do you say?
And after Crud Jr., is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Margaret reaches Amonust, and she's going to cast a spell. I'm going to roll a number because I don't really know how cleric spells work. That's low on the d20 dice, so I'm going to say it's a pretty inefficient spell that she casts, and you only heal 25 points of damage. Back to you.
Okay.
25 hit points.
Okay, I have to run away for just a minute. I'll be right back.
Okay. Amonust, you're healed for 25 points. Margaret, the blue-haired, totally cranky girl whose friend just betrayed her and who had to hop over a corpse today, she healed you for 25.
That's excellent. Okay, so I'm using an action surge this time because I'm kind of dying. And what is this thing's AC?
I'll tell you if you hit.
Does a 17 hit?
Yeah.
Does a 16 hit?
No.
So let's cross this one off. When one of these is looking very wounded, correct?
Yeah, the one on the left.
The one on the left. All right, so let's go hit by hit here. So 7 plus 6, 2. First sword stroke does 15.
Okay.
Is it dead?
No.
All right. 4 plus 7. Second sword stroke does 16.
The second sword stroke slashes across the rocks, and they burst apart. Not only are the
Okay.
rocks separating from themselves, but each rock is exploding.
All right. And then I have one sword stroke that hit left, and it does 12. So that one gets directed towards, I don't know, the center one.
Yeah, I'd say that's the only one you can hit. 12 damage.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. Make a Constitution saving throw for your swords.
Okay. For my swords,
Yeah, you just put them in lava.
they're magical.
Yeah?
Okay. Let's see. I rolled a 15 plus what is my Constitution saving? Oh, really good actually. 23.
Okay, your swords are fine. Don't put them in lava anymore, though. Okay.
When did I put them in lava?
Just now.
Oh wait, because that one was
I've been
a
melting
bit
them.
molten. Okay.
All right. So it's the Earth Elemental's turn, and before I take their turn, I just want to remind everybody because some of us had to step away, etc. So the one on the very left is dead. The one on the right is almost dead, and the one in the middle is even more almost dead. Okay, and now it's the Earth Elemental's turn. They're gonna attack Artemia. You are 30 feet away from the one on the right, and you've been aggroing it pretty hard, so it's going to come at you.
Mm-hmm.
It moves towards you and tries to hit you with a non-natural 20.
Yes, that will hit me.
It does 13 bludgeoning damage to you with its first attack, and with its second attack, it tries to hit you with 25.
Yes.
Okay. And does 20 bludgeoning damage to you.
Oosh. Oucharoonies.
The one that Amonust just struck, that's molten in magma, is going to try to hit you with its now smoldering rock parts. I'm going to give them fire damage too, because they're lava.
Lovely.
And
So they've been chasing me?
the one on the right was only 30 feet from you.
Okay.
Yeah. The one in the middle is right next to Amonust. And Amonust, it rolled a nat 20 and a 16, so aren't you lucky?
Oh, I might die. Go for it. Lay it on me.
It tries to hit you with a 26.
It hits me.
Okay. Then it deals 18 damage to you.
Yep. So I have 44 total, and it dealt how many?
18?
For the first hit or the second hit?
The first
Or
hit.
is that total? Okay, first hit. All right, and what about second hit? Because it hit me for both, right?
It rolled a 15 on its second to hit. Does that hit you?
Oh, no.
Okay. Are you still unconscious?
Oh, never mind.
Okay, and take 1 fire damage.
Oh.
as well. So it's 19 total. 18 bludgeoning and 1 fire.
Oh, that's
You're not dead.
Much less than I thought.
Okay. Artemia, it's your turn. You're standing next to the one on the right, which had closed melee with you. It moved the 30 feet to you and hit you with its bludgeoning rocks. It looks not well.
All right. Well, I'm going to bonus action cast Guardian of Nature on myself so I can give myself 10 temporary hit points. And there's some other stuff that go with the buff, but that's neither here nor there. But I will use my cantrip Thorn Whip to try to hit it with it's like a 22 to hit.
That hits.
And that is 7 points of magical piercing damage.
Okay. It takes those 7 points of damage.
And how close is it? It's right on me, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I will stand my ground, I guess. Yes, that is what I'll do.
Is that the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn. That is all the things.
Crud Jr., you're 120 feet away from one that's dripping in the middle. Looks not well. Looks very not well. And one that's standing right next to Artemia on the right. And it's also looking not well.
Okay, the one in the middle, I'm going to use First Strike once again, since it's been working so well. That's an 18 to hit.
That hits.
35 damages.
It not only does each rock, separate from the other rocks, but each of those rocks explodes into tiny fragments.
Cool. Nice. Other dad, duck.
I jump out of the way.
And my fantastical hand comes down on the one on the right once more for a 22 to hit and 29 damage.
Oh my goodness. Again, when it dies, not only do the rocks separate, but they explode into tiny rocks. The clitter clatter, I don't know, is that a word? Whatever, it's an onomatopoeia. The sound of small rock particles settling upon the floor surrounds you. Some of them are muffled because they're landing on cobwebs, and debris and dust fill the air. It's got fibers of cobwebs are floating through this stagnant hot air, and the air is only hotter because of the fire. And then there's dust and bits of rock, and everyone, you now have obtained a thin veneer of sweaty dust on you. I don't know about Crud Jr., but the people who have faces have. There's some dust on top of the cloak on the hood.
Prestigitize it away.
Okay. All right. And as everyone looks around, you are surrounded by thousands of tiny stones that are jiggling a little bit.
Okay, let's collect them.
Just take some webbing off of my clothes and from around and just use it to kind of dab them all up into a big wad of shaking, sticky ball.
All right. And Margaret heals you all to full.
Oh, good.
The blue-haired girl, very surly, reaches out her hand and says, "Hold my hand. Pray to Loader together." Loader.
Happy to. He's a nice guy.
It's okay. I don't need any. I'm good.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Da 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 da. You guys have collected many tiny stones that are jiggling. There's a lot of ways to do that. You got so many of them at once, though. Your way was very effective.
Hey, we can sell off the extras and make a nice little tidy profit.
Yeah.
Yes, you can collect approximately 3,000 each from selling these little stones. They are delicious to Ragran, who consume the elemental earth energy from them.
Should we go warn the gods about what happened with the axe?
Nah, they're good. She can't hurt Tyr with it.
You think?
We think.
Justice? Won't hurt justice. So.
I mean, but Loki's clever. Wouldn't have grabbed it if it didn't think it would work.
Well, tell you what we could do is we could let Moxie know that blue hair screwed up. And
She
now
kicks
that
you in the
Loki...
She's had a rough day.
And Loki has the axe, and he's going after Tyr, and we'll let Moxie take care of it. Tyr is her boy.
Who's Moxie?
You'll love her. She's delightful.
Yeah.
Okay.
And don't get on her bad side.
All right. Do you guys...
We go home.
You go home. Okay, you go home. You unclasp your necklace and have an omega chain, if you've ever seen what that is. It's kind of a pretty chain. In your hand, it's a 30-inch long omega chain. It has 2 uses left, and you pop back in, and you're at the bar where the 2 old men are talking about how they got to hang out with Pegasus today. Everyone is safe at home. Margaret's not with you. She went back to her place. So
Probably good since she's taking the blame for Moxie.
joining us today were Artemia,
It was really fun. Thanks.
Crud Jr.,
Whatever.
and Amonust.
We're only in a little bit of trouble.
Bye-bye. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Fire Breathing Kittens podcast. You can find more adventures on Amazon.com in the bookstore, Fire Breathing Kittens, all one word, podcast. That's right, you can curl up with a good book based on one of our podcast episodes. The authors do a really great job of adapting them into fun novels. And did you know that we have webcomics? Look for the adventures of Fire Breathing Kittens on webtoons.com. We also have official merchandise on redbubble.com. Yes, that's right. You really can own a notepad with the Fire Breathing Kitten logo on the front. Or one of your favorite characters. Go to redbubble.com and search for works from your favorite characters such as Frath, Amonust, Azreen, and more.